We live?
We live.
Oh shit.
I'm not in Tokyo because I'm big in Japan.
Hit myself in the nose with the damn microphone.
Because we're driving the viewers in.
I could never be nobody number one fan. Your first number one, I had to put it in your hand. You pussies can't be put outside America for nan.
Notice I'm not dancing.
In Japan.
Backstage in my city, it was friends zone. You won't never take no chain off of us. How the fuck
He a fan.
That was like. Here we go. Pick it up, Drizzy.
This nigga a fan.
Okay. Okay. You said give him 50.
We're going to break this down in a minute.
They hate to see him lit.
We're going to break it down.
Gotta see the split. Make your jeans are probably split.
Yikes. Chat, let us know how audio sounding.
Diddy. Song for the Swift.
You know how it is.
Y'all been giving 50.
We're going to talk about these bars. We're going to talk about every single one of these bars. I'm breaking it down.
Right down. Got you right down.
We're beating Joe Budden right now, so we're going to break this down.
Right now.
He a fan. This boy a fan.
Oh, just wait for the part 2. Just wait for the part 2.
Oh, no, you definitely a Rick Ross fan for sure.
20B1, nigga?
He a fan.
To a king. You a son, nigga?
That's the first bar he got off.
Make some drums, nigga.
That wasn't a bar.
It didn't make that.
Make some drums.
Why don't make a drum?
Go make a drum right now. What up, Felix? Felix, let us know how audio sounding.
Tricking. He doing for niggas. Wicked. Fuck, nigga, he dipping.
Nah. These bars ain't gonna work.
The bars of the weekend was there. The bars
it's good, but it's not enough.
Definitely need to talk about that one.
Oh, the kiss and tell?
Yeah, the kiss and tell bar.
3 watching. All right.
Is this nigga not going to learn to stop talking about people's wives?
No!
The Whitney line?
No!
I don't know when he's gonna learn, bro.
That's when he gets the worst out of every nigga.
Okay. Yeah, you talking about Ross now.
You're turning 40.
Hey, I ain't even tripping. Damn, job.
Talking to a 23-year-old now.
Maybe us. Nah, I'm heating up. Was weak as fuck. Heating up. Top one piece it up.
Bro, a fan, y'all. It's official. Marcus is a Drake stan.
Fucking creeping up. Seen enough. The demon up.
Who else we got in
even
chat?
Everything I know don't wait the demon up.
Chad gotta wake up. What top 5 are you smoking on, Kendrick?
Lame. Why the fuck is academics on here?
You co-signing academics.
No, I'm not co-signing.
You co-signing academics. That's your boy. And now you're gonna gritty.
Oh no. We're not done, folks. We got more to listen to.
We should have been done.
No.
Before.
That was the Saturday primer. That was the Saturday primer.
Bro, we all thought it was AI.
Are you ready for a smooth Sunday afternoon?
It came out yesterday. As well.
Did it?
It came out hours after Drake.
You're right. You're right. Here we go. Really jab. Crack smoke is the exhaust from my pen and pad. Man, what?
Rose, what up? Tony Robinson, what up? What's good? Woo. Marcus just vibing. Let him vibe. Let him vibe.
With packs to these Louis V's.
Niggas bleed going ham right now. Let him do his thing. The best part about this is White Boy.
At the Charles Schwab, double laws are through the yard, and I swear to God. Pop a perk for the bill.
You know how many times he's been listening to this. He knows the lyrics already.
When we speaking directly, since we got you better check me, nigga. Check me.
Tony Robinson, Marcus extra hyped for no reason. For little reason.
If we keeping it gangster when you see me, check me.
Getting bullied and walk up on me because they're trying to bully. Niggas pussy don't want to push me. I'm like, really, Woody? Like it's loose.
But he never had to fight in school.
Always ran another nigga.
Had to write his grooves. Damn.
This beef shit so grimy. Marcus grew out his hair. Grew out his beard and everything. Insane.
Stay scheming. Niggas trying.
This is the biggest attention Rick Ross has gotten in years.
Don't care.
Don't care. I got a diss. I don't care.
Pop a perk for the bill. Make me a meal for free. Do it all for the thrill.
We're gonna talk about all this.
When we talking directly, since we keeping it gangster, when you see me, you check me. Who's his favorite person, Josh?
This racist.
Who's his favorite person?
This racist. White boy.
That's why you got an operation to make your nose smaller. Because you sent the cease and desist sign to French Montana, nigga. He said he's not the same white boy he's seen. Yeah. You owe Stun of your life.
Definitely owe Stun of your life. And Jay Prince.
Give Rap-A-Lot some more money. Who's Rap-A-Lot, Josh?
Jay Prince.
Oh.
That's a fact. I'll give Ross the fact that he win.
You ready, white boy? Huh?
Facts.
Yo.
Facts.
I know you got your Dockers on without underwear, white boy.
Crazy.
Round one, Ross. Round one, Ross.
Oh, that's crazy.
Round one, Rossana.
That's crazy. Insane. All right, you got that out of your system? You good?
Pop a perk for the bill. Gonna make me a meal.
You feel good?
Kill you niggas for free. Do it all for a thrill. Who? He just dragged Cole's dead body into the beef and threw it on the table. This drug his dead, dreaded carcass into the room and threw it at Drake as a response.
Yikes.
Pop a perk for the veal. Since that man's so stressed out about competition.
He couldn't sleep.
That nigga's heart was hurting.
He couldn't
Somebody
sleep.
get him a Percocet, get him a Valium. He can't sleep. That is Ross. Man, come on. Let's get to it. What up, y'all? What's going on, y'all?
W's and L's, a weekly recap show where we give a dub to the things that we like and an L to the things that we don't.
Woo!
I'm gonna keep it true with you. I only have one L and one dub, but
We have one L and one dub.
We're gonna talk about both of them.
Lazy work.
We're gonna talk about both of them for quite a while.
Lazy
I am
work.
sure of it. I am sure of it. The L goes to Drake.
No.
Not for the reason you're thinking, right? I'm not giving him an L because his homeboy in all of this, J. Cole, left him. That's the first place we got to start. I'm not giving him an L for that, right? But since we're on it, let's talk about it. J. Cole doing that is not hip hop. I respect him.
So I guess we have to start here, right?
I respect if your head is, not spiritually in it, you know what I mean? That's very grown of you, but it's not very hip hop.
Look,
and
man.
You've got some bars from 10 years ago saying that you were ready for this.
I mean, 7 Minute Drill seemed like he was ready for war. It seems like he was gearing up the same way what we just got from dropping Give Me 50 from push-ups, right? It felt the same to me. Like that level of assault in terms of what they said, and then also skill, right? This is just a round one type of setup. I felt that out of both of them. So to hear him the very next day at the Dreamville concert, This the lamest shit I've ever done. Compete,
Bruh,
compete.
I'm trying to tell you.
Rap is a competitive sport, man. Everybody knows this. Didn't nobody pull no guns. He didn't rap about killing you or shooting at your family or hurting loved ones or nothing like that, bro. He talked about you walking around with a stick and how you're not Andre 3000. That's it. That's it.
Here's the problem. 10 years ago, 2014, this man said, ain't no way around it no more. I am the greatest. A lot of niggas sat on the throne. I am the latest. I am the bravest. Go toe to toe with the Giants. I ain't afraid of you niggas. I'll end up fading you niggas.
We don't have to go that far. We can go right back to first person shooter where he proclaimed he's in the top 3. Fam, you can't be top 3 and you're not rapping. If you bowing out gracefully, you're bowing out of your spot, fam. No one ever mentioned Jermaine when we're talking about the top anything. You can't sit in my top 10 if you don't want to compete. It really started rubbing me the wrong way because it felt like there was like a narrative around it. Like, oh, this is the mature thing. This is what rappers should be doing. Like,
no.
Charlamagne, get your ass. I knew you was going to start saying some stupid shit again.
Absolutely not.
I knew if we waited long enough, Charlamagne was going to start saying some dumbass shit again. This was stupid.
Yes.
There's nothing mature about this. The only thing that you did was perpetuate the narrative that we can simply compete.
Yeah.
Right? Without
which hip hop is based
violence.
And hip hop is competition based.
Someone called out your skill, you called out someone else's skill. That's not toxic. That's not toxic. At its core, rap is literature. It's writing. You have to have literary skill to be a rapper. That's why they got y'all so confused. They really do. Y'all think of these men as thugs, killers, brutes, muscle. That's not it. They may be in a crew with niggas like them, right? Of niggas like that.
Maybe.
But in that crew, they are the intellectual. They're the ones minds who operate at a higher level. They're the smartest person in their group of friends, guaranteed, bar none, because they are literary masters.
Which is so crazy to me that J. Cole couldn't come up with a diss that spiritually aligned with him. Dog, this is what you do.
And it's only round 1. This is not about to stop. This is not about to stop. No, you didn't think that 7 Minute Drill was going to be it, right? No. Well, you didn't think that was going to be it.
No.
It's just one. If you felt bad about the first one, go back and try again. But the idea that competing with another rapper or another peer, right? Not just another rapper, but another peer. Because if we're talking about Young Boy, I still want to make a song with you, but watch your mouth, because if I dish you, you're gonna know I dished you. If we're talking about Smoke Perp or Lil Pump, then I'm gonna write a whole dissertation on you about your life and how it's going to unfold. And that shit was fine.
Yeah, and
that shit was fine. And I'm gonna perform it at Rolling Loud. And that shit was cool. I'm gonna make sure that they pan the camera to fucking Lil Pump while I'm rapping at Rolling Loud. And I was in the crowd. I saw you. I saw it all.
And then you interviewed him. That was weird.
All of that shit was cool. None of that shit was lame. False Prophets was great.
Yeah.
False Prophets was fine. You called out Kanye West 2 or 3 years ago for everything that Drake is doing now. Ghostwriters and beefing with niggas for clout and all this other stuff.
Yeah,
come on.
I just don't understand how you had all of this bravado and all of that spiritually aligned with you, but now it doesn't. It's hip hop, bro.
It's
put pen to pad and rap.
Rap. Yeah, just rap, man. Ain't nobody tell you go beat nobody up. Rap.
Rap. Okay. So I'm not giving Drake the L for that. I'm not giving Drake the L for this Rick Ross diss, even though all of the allegations to me were absolutely hilarious.
You're giving him an L because he wear Dockers without underwear.
I should. I absolutely should. Hilarious. White boy, hilarious. BBL Drizzy, hilarious. Him having to wear these big ass, weird ass suits and bulletproof vests.
His 6-pack implants has been overgrown.
Hilarious.
He's like a girl who needs her BBL redone.
Hilarious.
He needs all new tits. Drake needs new tits.
Drake needs new tits. It's crazy. That is insane.
He needs new tits.
Get that man some silicone.
Jesus.
All of that was hilarious. Now, I wasn't crazy about the actual diss as much as this man was, but the allegations were hilarious.
What are we talking about? Ross to Drake?
Ross to Drake.
Yeah, let's deal with this in order, man. You out of order. Deal with the Drake bars first. Deal with
No. I'll get there. I'll get there.
push-ups.
No, because that's a lot longer. Going through that
We
is a
out of
lot
order.
longer.
We just gave J. Cole a L. We gotta get to the response to all of that, because it seems like Drake gave that nigga the stiffest of stiff arms and left him to fend for himself. He didn't give no bars directly at him, but he sure didn't attaboy him or it's cool, Cole, I'll take it over from here. He said, I don't give a fuck what Cole said. That shit was weak as fuck.
Okay. So if we're going to talk about the Drake diss, let's start off with the fact that the song is called Drop and Give Me 50.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And in that, he's alluding to the fact that he has to give top 50 according to his contract, which is probably the most hypocritical bullshit I think I've ever heard in
crazy,
my
nigga.
life.
You've been YMCMB Prince for your entire.
Mr. Finger Gun has been pointing his finger gun in your back and taking 33%.
Nigga,
Cash Money, Birdman,
baby
got
was
the other
fucking
one.
y'all. I was about to say
33%.
y'all.
No, Jay Prince literally has 33%. And not only that, it was a contract for like his first 6 albums, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Jay Prince is still making you not drop diss records. Jay Prince is still making you do concerts with niggas you hate. So he's clearly still got that finger gun to your back. So if you're going to talk about top, even though Kendrick's out of his contract with TDE, what about that?
Yeah, I gotta say he's off of the label. He left the label last year before Big Steppers came out. So that's why was Big Steppers the last label under TDE. That was the last album under TDE. Okay, cool.
So he's out of that deal now. But you are still in. I can't even call that a 360. What you got with Jay Prince? He owns you for life.
What the fuck do Jay Prince do? How do he be wrangling these niggas up like that? He's not a producer. What does he do?
He points finger guns and takes niggas for that 33%. That's what he does.
Oh my god!
He sticks niggas up for their
shit
discography. You owe me 33% for life. Fuck a deal. We're not putting this shit in writing.
Infinitely, forever.
And anything I tell you to do, you fucking do it, Aubrey. That's the most hypocritical shit, right? Just right off the bat.
Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse. I enjoyed a lot of the bars, but then you start breaking some of it down. It's like
all you have to do is think about the bars for like 2 seconds and they fall off. I could be nobody number one fan. First bar, bro, you have a mic from Pusha T in your closet. You're not nobody's number one fan.
Oh, y'all forgot that Drake said he used to have a Clips poster on his wall and all that other shit.
You're not nobody's number one fan.
Okay. Forget real quick.
Your first number one, I had to put it in your hand. Well, guess what? Rihanna put your first 2 number ones in your hand.
Ooh.
Oh, nah. What's my name?
Nah. Oh, what's
she
my
alley-ooped that
name?
to you.
Nah.
Work. She alley-ooped that to you.
Damn. Those were his first 2 number
ones?
2
number ones for you came from Rihanna.
Damn, so rappers really be having to work to get number 1 on Billboard.
They do.
That is crazy.
They do. You pussies can't get booked outside America for Nan. I'm out in Tokyo because I'm big in Japan.
Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers was an international tour. Like his most recent tour was a world tour.
Thank you. I'm the hit maker y'all depend on. Backstage in my city, it was friend zone. You won't ever take no chain off us. How the fuck you big stepping with a size 7 men's on?
See, this is the part of the rap where I told him to start picking it up. I was like, all right, come on, man. We're getting very elementary. This feels very
size 7. Okay, you got it, fam. You got it.
I'll go, okay, let's get off the fucking yokel rap and let's get to something serious.
Okay, this the bark.
Sped it up and this just here we go. Yeah, give it to me.
This the bark with the bite, nigga. What's up? I know my picture on the wall when y'all cook up. Extortion, baby. Whole career you've been shook up. Because Todd told you drop and give me 50 like some push-ups. We already talked about drop and give me 50.
Well, okay, yes, it's hypocritical.
Give me 33, nigga.
It's kind of like when Remy Ma hit Nicki Minaj with Sheether. And she was talking all that 360 deal shit, right? We didn't even have no confirmation on if that was actually her setup or not. People still took it and ran with it. Like people still was reacting to the bars. And the bars at that point was better than the first mention of the 50 split. The second mention of the 50-50 split was hard.
Let's keep going. All right.
It was hard.
Your last one bricked, Aubrey. Your last 4 bricked. What are we talking about? You're really not on shit. They make excuses for you because they hate to see me lit. If any fan base makes excuses for a rapper, it's Drake. It's Drake. Pull your contract because we got to see the split. We got to see the split on your contract. The way you doing splits, bitch, your pants might rip. That's another whack bar. Maroon 5 need a verse. You better make it witty. Then we need a verse for the Swifties. Drake made an Apple Music commercial where he's listening to Taylor Swift. And I know you're not talking about pop. Like, what are we doing? Pipsqueak pipe down. First of all, calling a nigga pipsqueak in a fucking beef.
Keep going. We don't need to analyze every word.
You ain't in no big three. SZA got you wiped down. Travis got you wiped down. Savage got you wiped down.
Why did he choose SZA, 21 Savage?
I don't know.
And Travis Scott, who he's also beefing with.
I don't know.
Like, why were those the three rappers that are better than K? None of them are better than K-Dot.
Make it make sense.
Did Dot not sign SZA?
No. Well, TDE signed SZA. They're on the same label. They were on the same label.
Who found who?
Oh, I don't know.
Was SZA wasn't TDE when Kendrick first got there?
No, she came later.
It was years later. Who discovered her?
Okay. I don't know.
We'll check that out.
Like your label boy, you in the scope right now. We're doing Interscope, bars, and you gonna feel
not signed to Interscope.
He was never signed to Aftermath either, and you gonna feel the aftermath of what I write down. I'm at the top of the mountain, so you tight now. Just to have this talk with your ass, I had to hike down.
That shit is hard. I'm
because he's short.
No,
because he's at the top of the mountain.
Okay, yeah, he's at the top of the mountain, nigga.
Fair.
Just to have this talk with your ass, I had to hike down. That shit was hard.
All right. Big difference between Mike then and Mike now. What the fuck is this? A 20v1 nigga? What's a prince to a king? He a son nigga.
First bar.
First bar.
What is this? A 20v1 nigga? What's a prince to a king? Son nigga?
Get more love in the city that you from. Not facts. No.
People
in
say
LA?
that all the time. No, I'm saying like niggas say that.
Okay.
Like I get love in the city where you from. You know, people say that a lot.
And then Metro shut your whole ass up and make some drums.
He just didn't know what to say. He had the little verse and he had the little ditty. I felt like the bar was going really well, right? He took off from Kendrick. He wrote in a little piece in there about Future with the wicked. And then he got to Metro and just didn't know what the fuck to say and told that nigga to make a drum. It's like, what are you talking about?
It's just crazy to
me. Make a drum.
It's just crazy to me that Metro has been making better music than this nigga in the last couple of years.
Come on, let's finish out the verse.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm the sixth guy. I'm the front runner. Y'all nigga manager was Chubb's little blunt runner, talking about cash from for the weekend. Claim the six, and you boys ain't even come from it. And when you boys got rich, you had to run from it. Cash
talking
blowing
about weekend.
Cash blowing, Abel bread out here tricking. Shit we do for bitches, he doing for niggas. If there's one nigga that's tricking on niggas, it's Aubrey buying cars for 21 Savage.
That we doing for he do for niggas.
It's Aubrey buying bottles for Charlemagne. It's that man. Publicly too. You're on Instagram with it constantly. All right. Jets, whips, chains, wicked. Spinning like you trying to fuck, boy. You tripping, boy. You tripping. Drizzy Chippendale is crazy. Probably got your bitch Chanel. I just got him done, boy. Don't make me have to chip a nail. Rolling Loud says y'all were turned. That was slick as hell. Should have probably changed if your BM started to kiss and tell.
Pause. Okay. Now this is where I'm gonna hop off the fan train, right? I've always found it weird that rappers really like to remind us that they all have sex with the same exact women.
Yeah, they
like
love OPP.
The same ones, not fucking the same circles, not I'll catch you, we leave in the same apartment. No. Y'all deal with the same 10 women. The entire industry does. That's why I'm not ever about to lose my head over likes of Lori Harvey or anybody like that, because all of these men have sex with her. They all have sex with the same women.
Yep.
Right? So that's weird, number one, that you're permanent Eskimo brothers the minute that you start having sex in LA. But the second weird thing is that there was this like, it was weird when Tyga got Kylie pregnant because she was clearly not 18 and that shit was fucked, but they treated it like it was her boyfriend and the way they let it go. Then she breaks up with him. She's pregnant before she's 18, has a baby, I believe, after she's 18 with Travis. We're still gonna leave it alone because she grown now, blah, blah, yada, yada, they're together, right? But now Drake is alluding to the fact that he hit before Travis. So where near did you hit, bro? We know you didn't do it the few years way back because that Tiger was still in there. You know, that's your homeboy. I thought,
No,
right?
they're not.
Uh,
No way.
Tiger was in there. Then she was pregnant, right? And then so there was like a slither in between Tiger and Travis where she was still not 18 years old. And then we have to really think about the fact that this man just keep ending up in young women's DM or messing around with young women or popping up with young women as a mentor.
Shout out Millie Bobby Brown.
Shout out Ice Spice. This man can't leave these young women alone. Shout out SZA when she was fucking
Oh yeah, when she was like
15, 16 too.
So, yeah.
Why do you keep reminding us that you fucking with these 16-year-olds, fam? Are you trying to get R. Kelly?
Yeah, surviving Drake, surviving Aubrey. Crazy.
Like we didn't have enough little girls in this industry talking about you was in their DMs. Oh, he reached out to me for support. Hey, why don't you reach out to some young men for support, my nigga? Why don't you find some up and coming young men to spit game to? Because this shit's getting a little weird.
Diddy.
Now you on rap disses to other rappers talking about how you hit their adolescent girlfriend first.
Sheesh.
This is nasty work.
Hugs and kisses, man. Don't tell me about no switches. I'll be rocking every fucking chain I own next visit. I'll be with some bodyguards like Whitney.
He is not going to learn his lesson about talking about people's wives. So if y'all don't
Virginia Williams,
if y'all don't understand, right? The Whitney line was a jab to Kendrick's wife. Kendrick's wife's name is Whitney. There was some supposed rumor about her and the bodyguard or whatever, right? So we're talking about people's wives again, which that caught him a body bag in the story of Adidon. That track hit so hard that it made Drake be a real father. That nigga turned his life around and started showing up with his son on national TV when that shit happened. So, and according to Tierra Kemp, he got more kids. So, yeah.
Oh shit! I don't know about that. That's crazy.
I mean, but that allegedly.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, talking about somebody's wife last time made you change your whole life up.
So you might not want to do it again.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think you want to do this again. Like he hit you so hard, you start parenting. You became a legit co-parent. You said, man, let me bring this little nigga around, man. He right. He right. I am a border patrol agent. Let me I am an ICE agent. Let me bring my son home.
Oh man. Tom say drop your little midget ass better drop and give me 50.
Everything has kind of been pent up on this idea that, you know, it's your contract, your splits.
And that shit got broken like Ray J's glasses so easily.
I'm about to say this. Is it because he's keeping stuff in the tuck? What was the last line of the verse? What's the last line of the verse?
I'm just making sure there's nothing else. I don't think there was anything else. Drop and give me 50, all you fuck niggas teaming up.
Keep going.
I'm gonna let you niggas work it out because I seen enough. This ain't everything I know. Don't wake the demon up. This ain't everything I know. Don't wake the demon up. Drop and give me 50, all you fuck niggas teaming up.
I think the reason why he was so repetitive on the split shit is that he got more shit to say, and he knows that Kendrick has more shit to say. So I need to keep some of this in the tuck to really unleash when he drops whatever bazooka he's about to let off.
You know what the problem with that is? Kendrick been hanging out with some niggas that know.
This ain't even everything I know. So don't wake the demon up.
He been hanging out with Future. Rick Ross is on the wrong side now. These niggas know Aubrey.
No, they know him, and they hitting him with a crazy combo. But the only thing he got to do is not stop boxing. I would say this about Drake. This weekend has given me newfound respect from this man. Juxtaposed against fucking Cole putting on a tampon in front of Dreamville, right? Like compared to that, he has a chance to really, really earn my respect and like legitimately have me call myself a Drake fan. If he goes and he continues to fight in every direction, smack Drake, smack Metro, smack Future, here you come, Doc, smack you too. If he continues to play rack-a-mole like that, I have no choice but to respect him. If he continues to respond to everyone,
okay,
I have no choice but to respect him for that.
I will start respecting it when, first of all, you don't take a month to do this.
Well, yeah, a month was a little long. I got into a debate online about that. That's a little egregious.
You need more directs at Kendrick because he's the main target.
Especially because the next track we about to talk about, baby, was made in a couple of hours. was made in a couple
Yikes.
hours.
Yikes. Yeah, so I need more. And then the beat on both of these songs just didn't hit me.
So here's was my thought on the Drake album, right? I think the unreleased leaked version was put out as a hedge.
I agree.
I think it was put out as a hedge. We knew he was about to drop it today anyways. It's about to come out, right? I'm gonna put out the raw version and see if niggas is fucking with the bars. Cause I know, you know, the uncut version is gonna sound a little crazy anyways. I'm not going for production hero like that. This is a diss track, but it's gonna sound a lot cleaner on the finished version, which is gonna premiere on Academics stream for some reason or another.
And I'm gonna take a Diddy bar out.
But we'll get to that. I think it was a hedge. I think he was trying to clear the bars because if it doesn't hit, he could just claim, oh, well, somebody leaked it before it came out. Shit, Weeknd was already talking about how a leak in my camp.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy. So he could just he could disavow it as AI too. I ain't even write that shit. Right. But then if it smacks, well, fuck it. Let it ride. I'll send it to Academics in a few hours. We'll get that shit on DSPs next week.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of where it went. So the beat not being extravagant.
I didn't even think the clean version beat was all that crazy.
I think it was better. I think it's more egregious for Drake not to have had a better beat because he took so long to make that shit. Ross made his shit in one day, and that shit fit the tone. It fit the situation. It fit what he was saying to that nigga. I felt like it was a mob boss.
That's all
giving that rap. I felt like John Gotti got up out the grave and made a diss track to Drake.
That's all fair. But I think Rick Ross is one of the best at choosing beats. Like his beats be sounding amazing.
I liked this beat, so I can't see where you're coming from. On the Ross track,
it was like if the nigga made the beat right then and there with Ross as he was writing the shit and they got it all done in 2 hours, then I'd be like, okay, I'll give you that. But I don't know if that was the case. I think the beat was probably already made.
Unless he heard the Drake shit before it came out, he didn't really have time, and he responds to a lot of stuff that was said in there.
Oh no, Ross definitely wrote most of that. Right.
Are you saying the beat was like in the tuck? It was a leftover.
Yeah, beat. I don't think the beat was made right then and there as he was writing the shit. I don't think it could be, and if it was, then I respect.
I'm not gonna speak to that because I like the beat anyway. So I
just wasn't. I'm not even saying the beat was trash, but the beat was like, me personally. I don't know.
Perk for the veal. Gonna make me a meal.
You want to say more about that? You love that
free.
Shit. You love that shit.
Do it all for the thrill. Niggas leaking their records. We talking directly. Since we talking gangster, when you see me, you check me.
The best thing for me was all the allegations, and then now his Instagram shots.
I fucked with the bars.
I think it's hilarious.
I fucked with the bars. Do the job known as the Charles Schwab. Double laws on through the yard, and I swear to God,
it was all right.
This is class. Like Ross a dish you sipping red wine and puffing on a stogie. You feel me? Like these niggas are hype. They're in the studio hyping themselves up. Drake definitely did 50 push-ups before he did Drop and Give Me 50.
Yeah,
right?
And he drank red wine and smoked hookah.
K-Dot went out there and did 40 burpees before he did like that. Nigga, boom! This nigga Ross is sitting back with a stogie and a glass of cognac with the mic just like this and gave that verse. I'm telling you. Double laws are through the yard, and I swear to God. Papa Perk for the bill. Why did we have to drag J. Cole's dead body in this? He said he ain't want no smoke, Ross. You ain't have to do him like that. Pop a perk for the veal. I know my nigga stressed out, but he don't like Percocet. He only smoke weed. He's a naturalist. He's a naturalist. Don't give him pills.
All right. So I'm not giving him an L for the diss, the Rick Ross diss, J. Cole leaving his side. I'm also not giving him an L for the fact that Future made the best music that came out this weekend. Usually when Aubrey drops, it takes over the whole weekend. No, Future made the best music that came out this weekend.
To be fair, again, it was leaked.
Oh, right.
So it's not on the DSP to actually be measured. We have no idea how much this has been played.
Fair enough.
We know he's not making any money off of it, but I don't think that was the point.
Sure.
I don't think that was the point.
But no, Future made R&B Future, and then the mixtape after, not leaving my rotation. I don't care about any of these disses. That's hitting the rotation crazy.
Is it worth mentioning the ASAP Rocky or Weekend bars that went Drake's way?
Well, first of all, the Weeknd singing the diss is crazy.
When you got leaks up in your camp.
Crazy. And then the ASAP bars, I mean, sure, of course ASAP has bars for Drake.
But like over what, man? Like,
because
okay,
ASAP hit his baby mom first,
but
and
he
now
hit your baby mom
and he got
first.
Rihanna now.
No. It doesn't work that way. You don't get to say I hit your baby mama first, and I hit the chick, and I wifed the chick that you hit first. No, both of y'all are sending the same diss to each other. It's just really weird.
And I'm not giving Drake an L for addressing the nose job and calling Rick Ross racist.
I don't think that was a real thing. I think that was what everything around Drake is. It was very manicured and very purposeful and was put out. First of all, who puts out text conversations with them and their mother?
That's crazy.
Number two, who randomly sends a text in the first thing in the morning about pending rap beef if you're his white Jewish mother?
And,
I'm sure she's
not saying anything about Kendrick, but you're saying everything about Rick Ross. Who's this Rick Ross?
Sounds like good distraction for the question about whether or not this man had cosmetic surgery. Which again, man, he got money. He can do what the hell he wants.
And his mom is saying
imperfections just like every little woman in Hollywood does. He can do it too.
His mom said something like, "You got tattoos without me." What? What?
But calling Rick Ross a racist is the most white boy thing Drake could have possibly done.
White boy.
It was more white boy than going on the shop and crying to LeBron about failing him. Pusha T being mean.
Oh, white boy. All right, so I'm not giving him an L for any of that shit. None of that shit, because none of that shit really matters. But we got some exclusive information, bro. We got some back of the bus exclusive information, and this is the reason why I'm giving this man an L. Hold on, let me see if I can get the exclusives. Hold on 1 second. Let me find this joint. Who is the fucking Twitter account? There it is. All right. Hold on. I should have had this in my bookmarks. The bookmarks is a good idea. I'll get there one day. All right. I'm giving an L to Drake.
Drake?
No, let's not.
The kid that was hiding from his kid and hiding the world from his son? Drake?
I'm giving Drake an L because, and again, this is exclusive to the back of the bus, because from what I've heard, Drake had the chance to be on a remix of a new viral rapper that's out there. He had the chance to do it, but Drake wanted to sign this guy because, of course, he wants to sign everybody, right? And the guy said no. He said, fuck that.
A viral rapper.
Viral international rapper. Drake could have got on the remix. You know what I'm saying? He could have been the first one on the streets with this shit, right? You want to hear the viral rapper? You want to hear the international rapper?
Sure.
That shit is hard. This is harder than anything Drake's come out with in quite some time. They making it out the call center with this one, son.
I feel like this is racist. I don't know why exactly.
Put this on the Bluetooth.
No.
He killing it. You hyped up those Rick Ross bars and you not going to hype up Ricky Thumb?
You don't know a single word this man is saying.
He said Ricky Thumb. He got the whole crew behind him. This is a on the block exclusive.
All of them hate black people. Every single one of them. They fucking hate black people. And if we went to their neighborhood right now, they would beat our ass.
I know it smells crazy out there.
If we showed up in Bangladesh right now and tried to kick with them, they would fucking beat our ass.
Oh shit! I know it smells crazy.
Okay, it's getting bad. This has been terrible.
Yeah, bro. He lost a chance to work with Ricky Thumb.
What up, Inner Chakra? You missed Drake and J. Cole's funeral.
Yeah, because Ricky Thumb is out here.
Not really Drake's funeral. Drake licking his wounds right now. You know, he got into his little scrap. J. Cole got put into a body bag for no reason. Is this your king? Poor
Yeah,
J.
they did.
Cole fans, man. I do feel sorry for y'all.
Why are you saying it like you're not also a J.
I
Cole
feel
fan?
sorry for J. Cole. Oh no, I can't do that. I can't do that. I will call,
2014 Forest Hills Drive is still a classic.
from now on, I will call myself a J. Cole admirer. But I will never, ever call myself a fan of somebody who calls competition toxic. I think that is something that we have lost in our in our generation, like our generation of participation awards.
This shit was weak.
I think we
This shit was weak as hell.
actually lost that.
And it wasn't hip hop. And he's a hypocrite for all of the bars within this last 10 years saying he was going to address smoke when he sees it.
It's disappointing for a couple different reasons. Not
I'm
only
still a J. Cole
because
fan.
you're given the idea that any type of heightened competition is toxic, and that we can't then have that competition without it leading to violence. And that's the idea that so many people who don't wish well for our community perpetuate. That's what they put on us. Yeah. This idea that we can't do shit without fighting.
No fact.
Right? It's a motherfucker on Twitter, and there's a lot of y'all that follow him that swear up and down he hates seeing black people fight. And if you look through his tweets, it is nothing but black people fighting.
That's insane.
Almost as if he's specifically looking for the videos to repost to talk about this community.
And he's making money off of that shit.
Oh, sure, yeah, and selling stuff too, you know.
Are we talking about consciously?
No, we're not. Okay. Person doesn't need to be mentioned, but just know I see you.
Fair. You know who I see?
Who's that? We need to move on.
He killing it. You hating. What?
Now it's really gonna fuck you up when you find out that redum means nigger or something like that.
Oh man. Yeah, it probably would. You're probably right, but
wait till you find out what redum means.
You're probably right, but it hits for now. If we have any back of the bus squad homies that can translate, by all means, let us know what. By all means, let us know what Ricky Thumb means. We trying to get the translated lyrics on that one, because that shit hard. But I need to know what it means. He's right. He's absolutely right. I do need to know what it means. But that shit go hard. That shit go hard. All right. So I got a. Oh shit, you're never mind, I got it. Tell me to stop it, Antoine. That shit go hard and you know it. Motherfucker sound. Yeah, see, now you singing it. You done forgot all about the Rick Ross diss now. You on Ricky Thumb. All right.
Pop a perk for the bill.
Nah, you about to pop a perk for the Ricky Thumb.
Pop a perk for the bill. Do it all for the thrill.
All right. So like I said, I got one L and one dub. My one dub just goes to the Ohio State Buckeyes, man. Went out to the spring game yesterday.
Yikes.
Things were looking great. Now, everything's not perfect yet.
Great.
It's a spring game. The defense looks great. The defense looks crazy.
Okay.
The depth we have on our team is crazy.
How do you say that the defense looks great when half of the game was played in thud? If we're not tackling, if you're not taking guys to the ground, if I don't know whether or not that's going to be a broken tackle or a 1 yard gain, how the hell do you know if they're playing well?
Because multiple players got sacks, we got some interceptions.
Okay. But again, coverage. If we're not going 100%, which we're not, if we're in thud, right? Then how do I take that? How do I?
Well, then you can say that for any spring game ever for anybody.
Well, there are some spring games where they go live for an extended period of time.
The point is, the team, for everything that I saw, looks like they have a lot of depth, a lot of players playing at depth, and again, the defense looked great. The running backs look great, even down to like Sam Williams-Dixon and James Peoples. They both scored a touchdown.
Okay, so how did you think the? But I thought the running game looked great. I mean, the defense looked great. How did the freshmen and the two freshman running backs?
Because the freshmen were not playing against first string.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But for them to be playing against who they played against, they look great. They both scored a touchdown.
How did the quarterbacks look?
Will Howard and Devin Brown looked like they are still gunning for the spot. So we're in a situation much like last year, where it's Devin Brown versus Will Howard in this case. And Will Howard seems like the front runner, but I think in the spring game specifically, Devin Brown played a little bit better. Lincoln Keenholz did okay, from what I remembered. Lincoln Keenholz is probably going to hit the transfer portal. Lincoln Keenholz and Dallin Hayden, both.
Oh yeah, Dallin Hayden is already gone.
Yeah. Which I was really upset about. But then after seeing James Peoples and Sam Williams-Dixon, I feel better.
In a period where they're not tackling the entire time, you feel so. You saw Dallin Hayden go over 150 twice in Big Ten play.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen these guys run through arm tackles in the spring game. So you're confident that you've already replaced Dallin Hayden on the roster with what's already there.
I didn't say I was
based on the
confident.
spring game?
I didn't even say I was happier now.
No.
I just
No.
said-
I'm saying you think that he's been adequately replaced at this point based off of what you've seen in the spring game. They
Right,
don't
but
even
what
have
I'm-
to play a game
what I'm
against
saying
college
is-
talent.
What I said was,
Excuse me, opposing college
what
talent.
I said was Dallin Hayden leaving made me really upset.
Right?
And then seeing Sam Williams-Dixon and James Peoples made me feel a little bit better. Not enough to fix that situation,
Okay.
but it made me feel a little bit better.
Fair enough.
That's all I'm saying.
And then back to the quarterback. So if the quarterbacks haven't really defined, one being the starter, we haven't chosen anybody else yet.
Mhm.
Wouldn't that maybe suggest that maybe we're not? How do we know then the defense is getting that look? Like, what kind of look is the defense getting if we don't have a starter yet? We don't know if they're playing great versus a backup or a starter yet, do we?
But if both the backup and a starter are still playing well, what's the problem?
It's okay. Spring is always hard to evaluate, right? It's
Sure.
more of a
And that's why I'm not
showcase.
out here going, "Oh, we about to be the 2024 champs off of this."
It's
I'm not saying
more
all
of a
that.
showcase than it is an exhibition.
I
my
do think
thing
they showed
is-
depth though.
I don't know how to pinpoint that,
Ah.
because at the point the guys that you're saying are depth, the James Peoples, the guy from Dublin that was killing it or whatever. When we get down into them playing, we've already admitted that they're playing versus walk-ons and third strings. So how does that translate then
But not
to
all
what
of
they're
them
going to
played
be asked
against
to
that.
do?
Like DBs, they played a lot of they played Denzel Burke and Igbenogson, obviously, but then they played Jermaine Matthews, Calvin Simpson Hunt.
Right, but when those guys were in, who were the receivers on the other side? It wasn't Jeremiah Smith and Emeka Egbuka.
Jeremiah Smith didn't start. It was
He
Emeka
caught the first
Egbuka and
pass.
Carnell Tate.
No. Jeremiah Smith caught the first pass.
Well, then I missed that one.
Yeah,
Because I saw when I
had
came
to run it back.
because I saw I must have missed that in the
It was
recap
like a
when I
little
saw it.
4-yard out or something like that. It
might have
wasn't
missed that.
anything extravagant. but
That would actually make sense that he would get some burn with the first guys because
I'm just saying,
he's been showing out in practice.
you
I
shouldn't
just
get
didn't see
too
that.
high or too low on spring ball. You want to avoid injuries, maybe have some guys pop and do something you didn't expect them to do, but don't take anything from it like, oh yeah, that guy's going to be a factor because he did something in spring. I feel like that is one of the biggest misnomers of college football.
But
is
I'm not
the-
even
is the
saying that
spring-
any
springtime
specific
all-stars.
person's going to be the guy, right? Because by the time we actually get into the season, I'm not going to be talking about Sam Williams, Dixon, and James Peoples. I'm going to be talking about fucking Travion,
Sure.
and then Quinshon.
Sure.
So I mean, these are not the guys that I'm going to be talking about. But I feel like for what I've seen in a practice game, essentially,
Mhm.
I was actually able to feel like there was some depth in certain positions. DB, running back,
Fair enough. I'll
obviously
let you have
receiver, but that's always been
I
the
will
case.
let you have it.
I
I would say the receiver depth is the one thing that surprised me in terms of not necessarily popping the way I know Ennis was hurt.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But Ballard, I don't think I remember seeing him make.
I don't know if Ballard's going to start.
And
I
then
think it's going to be Emeka, Tate, Smith, and Ennis if Ennis comes
I
back.
don't remember Tate doing all that much.
He probably didn't do that.
it was
I didn't see his
Egbuka-
name that much.
Egbuka and Jeremiah
Egbuka did a
Smith.
lot.
They're gushing over Jeremiah Smith. They think
That's because he's been out here doing big things with the ones.
it would and hey, you don't have to take my advice. Please don't take my advice. I just feel like the effort that they put in to get a guy like Jeremiah Smith is maybe the effort that you probably should have put into the number one middle linebacker in the country or the number one defensive tackle. You know what I'm saying? Keeping Justin Scott. Like, I feel like stuff like that, it shows a priority on the staff where you're able to get the number one player in the country, which is a wide receiver who could go anywhere and be
You
successful.
still get that guy. You
But
still
then
go
you
for the
let,
number one guy.
you let Justin Scott walk out of the building to go to a subpar program in Miami.
Sure. But
Right?
then still
You managed to steal him from us in the first place just to lose him to Miami.
Sure. Still got Edric Houston.
Edric Houston is not Justin Scott. Now, Justin,
well, they're two different positions. I mean, one's an edge,
I don't think Edric Houston is going to actually end up playing edge, but
Okay.
if we're both
That's fair.
if we're
That's fair.
just evaluating them as defensive linemen,
Mhm.
Justin Scott's a couple in terms of what I've been able to ascertain. I'm not an expert, but what I've been
You
able
think
to
he's a
see
better
of
player?
just I think he's a better player.
And
yeah.
that may be fair, but one's going to Miami and the other one's going to Ohio State. So what do you think is going to happen at the end of their career?
I mean, that's a good point because I hate when kids go to NIL schools and take their talents there because they end up leaving anyways.
Yeah.
Collins Achiampong. I can never say that kid's name enough because he decided NIL money was better, and now he's a junior, and he hasn't played at all, and he hasn't developed at all, and he's at UCLA.
Well, the crazy thing with that is he would have also won a ring had he just stuck around. And I hate Michigan, but
Fam, if you'd have stayed on the train, not only would you have won a national championship, but you'd be a season away now from the NFL. Derek Moore probably never would have committed here if you were still on the roster. So you would have been playing in Derek Moore's spot. But, feed your family, like Igby Nosen said, right?
yeah. Damn, Johnny's not in here. I must have blocked him again.
That's crazy.
But yeah, no, plus just the experience, just the vibe. I haven't been to a spring game in a couple of years. This being one of the biggest ones, I think people are anticipating something big. 80-something thousand people showing out like it's a regular game. Like, it's a good experience.
The champs will be on Fox next week. Just tune in.
Ain't nobody
show you how it's done.
Worry about your
We'll show you how it's done.
Alex Orgy, Donovan Edwards.
You know what? I think y'all did mess up by letting us go. Well, not y'all, but Fox messed up by letting us go second. Because the first I saw it, I was like, we the national champions. We should go first on Fox. We should be the first spring fan on Fox. But then I'm like, whatever they get attendance-wise, that's going to give the entire Michigan fan base a number to hit as a target, right? And it's free, and it's going to be on TV. That's a recipe to have the stadium packed out. I'm going to predict 95,000.
Okay.
In the big
so
house.
It being free is definitely an incentive for people to go.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys just winning a national championship is plenty enough reason for you.
And them watching Ohio State be first on Fox and have 80,000 people there is even more of an incentive.
You guys have more seats in your stadium than we do, so you can pack them in.
By like 13,000.
So you can pack them in.
But I mean, you guys still can hold over 100,000 in your stadium.
Sure.
So if they would have got there, they could have got there.
Sure. With that being said, I don't know. That'll be interesting to see.
95.
That'll be interesting to see.
And I'm expecting 2 touchdowns from Alex Orgy.
If you guys actually do beat us, I will be not hugely surprised considering what I just said.
Well, yeah, we usually don't because it's usually rainy. We usually have our spring game earlier. Nobody usually shows up. It's pretty gloomy.
So I mean, we'll see. I'm not hating. If y'all do what y'all do, y'all just won the national championship. So don't
expect to see some starlets because that's just what we do. Tom Brady, Charles Woodson, Desmond Howard. Just Super Bowl champs, those kind of guys. And
maybe Tom Brady should be the next guy I get blocked from.
I don't think Tom Brady.
You said Tom Brady, Desmond Howard, and Charles Woodson. I respect Charles Woodson, so I'll keep it clean. For
you don't respect Desmond Howard or Tom Brady?
No, fuck both of them.
Just insanity.
Well, actually, I hate Tom Brady for a completely different reason than Michigan, but
because he was religiously whooping Peyton Manning's ass every year.
Fuck that nigga. Yeah, bitch. White boy.
Tapping that Manning ass every year in the AFC.
White boy.
We did like 7 AFC championship games in a row. It was Tom Brady and
but he wear Dockers without the underwear. So
like Drake.
So fuck that.
I see you, white boy. I know you wear Dockers without underwear, white boy.
Like I said, that's all I got. 1 L, 1 dub.
Antoine Johnson, these dumb players are giving up the big bag for little bag, accepting NIL from places like Miami. Just shows you they're not serious about football. I agree, bro. I agree. Like Justin Scott in particular really kind of hurt because he had already, I don't know if you knew this or not, but he had already sent his commitment stuff for Michigan to Hayes Fawcett. Like Hayes Fawcett said this after he committed to Ohio State. So he had already sent his commitment banner or whatever, his announcement picture for Michigan. Goes to Ohio State, gets that good old what's your athletic director's name? The one that just retired? That good old Gene Smith special, right? And then all of a sudden he wants to go to Ohio State. Except he doesn't want to go to Ohio State, takes that bag and takes it down to Miami, doubles it up, and that's where he's going to be going this fall. I can't tell you how the slide of progression got worse in each step of that, right? Michigan from Ohio State, there's a little bit of debate there, but I would put Michigan above them just because we've had more guys drafted in the last 5 or 6 years. Ohio State to Miami? For any position. Like, it don't have to be defensive line. It quarterback, wide receiver, running back, for anything is egregious. Not to mention, you're signing up for a coach that ran himself into a loss up 10 or up 8 against Virginia or whoever the hell he lost to.
Insane.
You want to go play for him? It ain't enough money in the world, bro. It's not enough money in the world. But highly rated players like Justin Scott will take that bag to go play for lesser programs because they get paid today. Now, taking $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 for a year of college football this year, make sure that you don't get guaranteed $10 million in the first or second round in 4 years, because Miami's not going to develop you. Miami is not going to send you to the league, fam. Miami hasn't won a conference title since Larry Coker was coaching there. A conference title. So
they had a chance to win a national championship.
Make it make sense. The University of Michigan should never be competing with the University of Kentucky for janitors, let alone football players. But hey, you come on back, Kentucky, we'll get you a bourbon scholarship or a bourbon NIL deal, $100,000 in a pickup truck. How's that sound?
Great. Sign me up.
Sign me up. The hell with NFL development. What do I need that for?
All right. Justin Scott's just a Ricky Thumb.
It's crazy, bro. If he was my son, his ass would be going to a reputable football school instead of these schools that pick like Texas ATM.
Texas ATM is crazy.
Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
All right, man. Let's get through this, man. So we had a lot of rap beef this week, last couple of weeks.
Yep.
Rap is back. And just like we were talking about a few weeks ago when Like That dropped, how Big Sean kind of got swept up under the rug. Bryson Tiller got swept up under the rug.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this week's spring of diss tracks with push-ups and what was the next? Champagne Moments. It's not like they didn't have victims either. Of more rap beef that just didn't come to the forefront that everybody's not talking about because we got bigger shit going on. I want to shout out Quavo for giving maybe not the best diss track of the weekend, but one of the best in his response to being name dropped in Chris Brown's track earlier, right? Because we doing it, we don't do no Migos. Quavo, Lato. I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was some funky.
He made some more.
His little funky Chris Brown rap shit that he be doing.
Plus, he repeatedly called Quavo's bitch ass
a bitch. Yeah, for the celebrity basketball thing. Yeah.
Crazy. Right. I was like, damn, he giving up like this.
But no. I fuck with Breezy. There was at some type of fashion event recently, right? Quavo in his phone. Oh, let me act like I'm on Instagram or something. Keep scrolling. Here go Chris. Eyes forward, hands crossed. No problems. Loved it. Here's where he lost. Is in the bars. Because Quavo's response,
and it was quick.
Yeah, I don't know who the female is. Once again, we're still arguing about having sex with the same women. But the bars that went back to Chris Brown was
it's Karuchi, ain't it?
Is it over Karuchi? I don't think he's not dating Karuchi right now, is he?
Quavo was dating Karuchi at one point, I think.
At one point, but I thought he was trying to dig into the little country singer here recently.
Country singer?
Yeah, the Laney something or another.
Quavo taunts Chris Brown over Karuchi Tran fling on new song.
Over the fling. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah. He said it is bigger than that, but I know it's not. He mad that I'm digging in that, and that's why he hot. Oh man, it has been such a glorious weekend of rap.
He told her, "Don't beat her in the
Don't beat her."
That's crazy. Insane. Is this? Yeah, 2024. Quavo and Karuchi Tran relationship timeline.
Damn. Yeah, no, I had no clue. I didn't think that was recent.
Sheesh.
Damn, Karuchi. Damn. I mean, she all is just living her life. This has no reason to have any type of respect for Chris Brown at all.
Yikes.
Ben broke up with this nigga. I think Chris was convinced that once she broke up the relationship with her and Corny Cruz, that he was gonna slide back in there.
Yo, I completely forgot about bro.
It never came back. You know what I'm saying?
Victor Cruz. It's a name I haven't thought of in years.
But now, hey, Quavo, now I'm gonna say this. You won this round. But since all y'all rappers have sex with the same women anyways, be prepared for this karma to bite you in your ass when a young rapper come up and start having sex with some woman that you if you try to spin the block on Sweetie and she dealing with some young NBA 20-year-old hooper 10 years from now, do you remember this moment now? You remember this goddamn moment. Okay? You said that it's bigger than that, but I know it's not. You mad because he digging in that, and that's why you hot.
Victor Cruz said on Twitter 6 days ago, it's a sad day in hip hop. Just ironic. Very ironic.
Shout out to Victor Cruz. All right. Oh, my next dub is going to Punch and MacMay. I'm giving them a dub. I'm giving them a dub. Yes.
I can't give MacMay a dub.
No.
He exchanged V cards with the retards. Yeah.
I exchanged.
In about 3 years, holler at me, Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, no. Okay. No. The reason why I gave them a dub is because, unlike J. Cole, they reminded us that this was all in good competition and doesn't need to be taken too seriously. So they had a Twitter Punch from TDE and MacMay, obviously, and bitch, I'm MacMay, you know, from Young Money.
Years, holler at me, Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, that was a bad bar. So they get into a Twitter back and forth over the the bars going back and forth, right? So apparently Punch was traveling. He was on a flight. Once the push-ups dropped, MacMay retweets Punch, says, "You still on the plane?" Punch tell him, "Nah, I'm on the ground. What's good?" MacMay, "I'm in the trenches, baby, making sure you safe. Drop and give me 50. Now, a little dick riding there. Didn't need the hashtag drop and give me 50.
Drake's not even Cash Money anymore. What is this?
I appreciate you. Made it to NZ safe and sound. Sister trying to convince me to go hiking, but I ain't really like that. Crazy response. Loved it.
That is crazy.
Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Thank y'all both for keeping rap and not making it more than what it really is. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get on to these L's. I am giving the Nike CEO an L.
It's not. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. John Donahoe. Man, what an accurate name.
Yikes.
What an accurate name.
Yikes.
Donahoe. Mr. Donahoe. What did he say? He's blaming the decline in Nike's brand, right? And their market share, not on lack of innovation, not on ruining classic, what am I looking for here? Classic builds like the Kobe's or LeBron's, Jordan's, Kyrie's, whatever.
Kevin Durant's.
Not,
Paul George's.
Playing soup Nazis with the colorways or anything like that. Not having your latest fashion innovation being Nike Tech sweatsuits. Not any of that. You want to know what the biggest downfall of Nike is? Remote work. It's hard to innovate and really change things up from home.
Yep.
That's the fucking problem. Yeah, because I'm sure the millions of goddamn Japanese child workers you got working in your fucking sweatshops, I'm sure they work from home. I'm sure they all logging in from their computers and doing Zoom calls all day.
That is insane.
While they're constructing your apparel for 12 cents on the dollar.
No way.
I'm sure that's the problem.
Ain't no way.
Rich people just be saying shit. I think they think we're at a point where we're so stupid that we won't catch on to it. I think that's what they believe. I think they think that the general public is so dumb that they just won't hear the utter stupidity that comes out of their mouth. Not to mention that that remote work or even hybrid remote work, working from home work, has only been a thing for about 3 years now as a whole industry. Yep. Since COVID.
Yep.
Before then, it was a very niche. Like, you were lucky to even be talking about being able to work from your house. You were more of an entrepreneur working for yourself, but having a boss and being able to work from home was a rarity before 2020. What are we even talking about? Has Nike been around only since 2020? No. Why are you acting like a fucking COVID company?
As a sneakerhead, yeah, the lack of innovation for any of their shoes has been crazy.
How about you've allowed all of your competitors to beat you out in not just collegiate and professional sports, but even intramural and youth league sports? Gone are the days where Nike is the king of kings when it comes to sports apparel. How many schools have gone to? They have gone to a satellite brand within your company. They've disavowed the flagship and went with Jordan brand.
Yep.
But it's the people working from home that are the problem. Give me a fucking break, man.
And Yeezy is eating your lunch in the streetwear market.
Give me a break. Well, that's what they get for trying to steal from them. I don't feel bad for them.
That plus trying to limit Black creators by sending them lawsuits, but not anybody else.
Yeah.
God forbid anybody else. With the Black ones, lawsuit.
All right. Where are we at now? Oh, this is a good one. I'm giving Kai Cenat a L. Kai's been catching a little bit of flack on his stream lately. He was at Carnival somewhere, I think.
Yeah, in Jamaica.
And you've seen Carnival. You've seen it? Yeah.
Boy,
I've had some friends that went.
I would like to see it in person.
They went to the one in Canada. Good time. You know, it's like a international Freaknik, right? A lot of twerking going on, a lot of dancing
with a lot more tradition.
Sure, it's a longer tradition of it, but I don't think the two are dissimilar.
Sure. I don't know. I would agree, but a lot more tradition. And a lot more islands are behind it too.
Right. I was about to say it's more specific to island culture. You're right.
Yeah.
To Caribbean culture.
Yeah.
Right. No doubt there. So he's been catching a lot of flack for what he's been showing. Right. I would say what he's been showing isn't necessarily. It's culture without context, is what it is.
Yeah.
It's culture without context. And then when it's that's the only thing that you're seeing. It's not juxtaposed anything else. Like, hey, let me show you up the block and show you where my grandparents stayed at or some shit like that. All right. Let me walk you around the old neighborhood my parents are from. Because he can't. He's from here in America.
Yeah.
Which is going to really, really compound my next point. But just keep the fact that this man was born and raised here in America.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So a lot of the people in his comments while watching the stream, I think have unrightly called him uncultured for what he was doing out there. And I feel like his response to it was even worse. Right?
Wouldn't surprise me.
So his response to the people saying that what they were watching was uncultured and no different than just shaking ass in America.
Overtly sexual without the context.
Overtly sexual without the context, right? His response was to go on an entire raid against Black people. And when I say Black people, I don't mean how we register it internationally, as in anyone who's got this, right? Anyone whose ancestry tracks them back to the continent, Black people. No. Because we got way more specific than that. And in fact, we named every other group of Black people that's not Black Americans to tell Black Americans that they are only Black in that sense. right? So we were very specific. You're just black. You're just black. You're not Jamaican. You're not Haitian. You're not Ghanaian. You're not Kenyan. You're not Trinidadian. You're not Nigerian. You're not from the Congo. You're not Egyptian.
You said Ghanaian.
Mm-hmm. You just black. You're only black. Therefore, you don't have a right to criticize what it is you're seeing. You don't have a right to speak on this international blackness over here, homeboy, because you only black.
That's insane considering your previous point.
Let me remind you that this man is a black man from America, which, given everything that he just set up, he's everything he's describing. You wasn't born in Jamaica, boy. You was born here. You didn't blow up in Jamaica. You blew up here. You didn't blow up perpetuating Jamaican culture specifically. You grew up perpetuating Black American culture. Your audience is Black American. The music that you listen to on your stream, Black American. The celebrities that you associate yourself with, but in large part, Black American. The clothes that you wear, Black American culture. The jewels you rock, Black American culture.
The lingo, New York hip hop
The
culture.
New York lingo that you spit, Black American culture. But those same individuals that you built your platform and your career on can't speak to you in a way, right? They can't say nothing to you about nothing that got anything to do with blackness outside of America. So if that's the case, then you only cover, wear, rock, perpetuate themes that happen for Black people outside of America. It really twists me into a knot to hear our brothers and sisters internationally try to segment us because we're from here, right? Oh, you're just American. You're just American. Y'all don't have this type of culture. Excuse me, brethren, but let me remind you that every bit of culture that y'all claim y'all have for yourself internationally came from here.
Everywhere.
Every bit of it. Every rap, every style. If I look at the continent, y'all behind us. Y'all still in Rockaware and FUBU. Keep it funky. Keep it all the way 100. From Kaisenat to Burner Boy, those personas would not exist without Black American culture.
Facts.
So all I'm saying is it's unfair for you to try to set us in the corner because you catching some flack.
Actually, some of it would be here for Black Canadian culture because Drake is Canadian.
I'm going to loop into this L because it just so happened to come in the weekend. So Abba and Preach, right? Everybody's familiar with Abba and Preach, right? Very popular guys on YouTube. They were doing one of their standard Fresh and Fit suck videos, right?
Yeah, they dropped like what, 10 of those this week?
Sure. The latest one though really got under my skin because it keeps reminding me how close Abba, I won't bring Preach into this because he's not usually the one that starts it. But Abba, how bad he is about doing that same shit that Kai did.
Yeah.
I'm in some sort of disagreement or I have some sort of feeling about the subject. I'm going to erroneously connect it back to Black people. He started off their entire video, right, addressing Fresh and Fit, talking about, yeah, you know, we see, because I guess apparently Fresh and Fit went on a stream. They was calling them gay because they were dancers, like that.
Yeah.
Something that they haven't already talked about. You know what I'm saying? They talked about that
right
till the cows come home. They've already tried to use that joke and it didn't land, so they're back doing it again.
Mm-hmm. And
so then he starts breaking it down. He's like, yeah, this is something that I see with Black people a lot. They try to sell, if you watch anime, that's sus. If you dance, that's sus. If you do that, that's sus, that's sus, that's sus. Fam, Myron's not Black. Myron's not Black. Myron's not Black. Myron's not Black. Myron's not Black.
Yo.
And Fit is as internationally Black as you and Preach. Stop throwing us into your shit. Fam, make your fucking point without talking about us.
Especially when everybody Black hates Fresh and Fit.
And it's so crazy that it never gets like this until y'all have something negative to say. It's never necessary to disconnect yourselves from Black people that live here until it's time to say something negative. But when you want to say nigga, when you want to be cool and you want to use our slang, when you want to dress like us, when you want to act like us, you're black. The same way we are all black. It's only until it's time to talk about something negative that it's Black Americans. That it's like, oh, you only black there, right? I am Ethiopian, right? I'm Ethiopian, and I just live here in the West. But I come from the real, you know what I'm saying? I come from the trenches, so I'm actually black. Even though I try to dress like you, I got my education over here. I came over here to work. Anything that I deem to be cool came from you and your ancestors that came from here. Every bit of music that I dance to, the jazz that I perform to,
The country
that I perform to, the rap, the R&B, the hip hop, all of it. All of it. There isn't a single thing popular in Western culture that didn't start with black people, and I'm standing on it.
Fresh and Fit also hate black people.
Except for colonialism. It's about the only thing they got us beat on.
Fresh and Fit hate black people. Do we not remember the whole Shaniqua?
They absolutely hate black people. So why is it necessary for ABBA to put black people in the center of his critique of Fresh and Fit as if they are black in the way that he's speaking? It is really crazy because the same way Myron goes off on these rants, right, about how women fuck him over and they only want money and they're materialistic because some woman obviously broke this nigga's heart sometime, right? Is that not the same feeling that you get from Preach when he constantly has to bring black people into his explanations about toxic shit that happens online? If it's some toxic red pill shit, oh, it's black men. We got to talk about black men, how often you see it with black men. Fam, you're an Ethiopian man that lives in Canada. How many black American friends do you speak to on a daily basis?
In French Canada at that.
How many black American friends do you have that you interact with on a daily basis to make the determination? To say that niggas think anime is sus. Fam, this entire channel is based on comic books.
And hip hop.
And we don't talk about anything but black issues day in, day out, week after week after week after week. We black as they come. Blackest thing on YouTube. That's why we shadow ban now. But I would never, nobody would ever call me sus for reading comic books or watching anime within my community or outside. What gives you the clearance to make that determination to your millions of followers? You know better than Myron in that way. In that way, you're no better than him. Because he will make a determination for an entire group of people based on his very limited experiences with them. But then at least Myron has the lived experience of being around black people from this country that you're critiquing.
William Moloch says, RDC has never been called sus. Antoine Johnson says, I agree with a lot of their talking points about women and their fuckery, but a lot of the culture stuff, they got to talk about a little different.
What are you talking about, Fresh and Fit?
No, he's talking about
Abba Preach, yeah.
Facts. Facts.
So, yeah. Fresh and Fit got me sweating. Abba Preach got me sweating.
Ew.
Kites are not.
No Diddy.
I'm trying. You got me hot. Everybody want to be black till it's time to be black. You feel me? Everybody want to be black till it's time to be black. It must be very convenient to be just internationally black, right? Because when it's time to distance ourselves from the worst stereotypes and things that are put upon black people, the only thing you got to say is I'm Jamaican. Shit, well, you're not really talking about me. I'm from Ghana. Nah, you're not really talking about me. I'm from South Africa, cuz I don't. We ain't with that. Nunca, papi. I'm Dominican. No black. No, nunca, papi. No negra. No. No black. What's up?
Dollar just fell out of my pocket.
That's
Single
mine,
dollar.
bro. You found it?
$1 single dollar.
You found it?
No. It's in my pocket.
No, I left it there.
In my pocket?
Yeah.
You left $1 in my pocket.
You owe me money.
That's crazy.
Anyways. Oh, Slink Johnson is getting an L from me this week.
Uh-oh, for the Good Time Show?
If you don't remember Slink Johnson, if you've seen the YouTube series Niggas Know Your Mama, That's Slink Johnson. Also, Black Jesus was Slink Johnson.
First time I seen him, the Hood Everest commercial.
Hood Everest commercials.
I'm with Everest, nigga. Everest.
Slink Johnson, well-known comedian.
Oh, GTA 5.
He was also the voice of the father on the Good Times reboot.
I thought he was the voice of the baby.
Is he the baby? Oh, JB Smoove is the father. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yes, he's the drug dealing baby.
Yep.
So Slink Johnson took it upon himself when he had every opportunity to just let Seth MacFarlane and Steph Curry and Norm Reedus or whatever the dude's name is,
Something like that.
take all the blame for this. Basically,
Steph Curry's taking the blame.
He could have just shut the hell up. Like him and Nicole and Yvette Brown could have just shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
they could just shut the hell up. But no. Let's get into Twitter beefs over this problematic shit. And Slink Johnson is the worst because you're literally playing a child dealing drugs. Now, in what context is this ever going to turn positive, fam? The clip that we saw in the previews was 3 other babies shooting at the baby as he's delivering drugs on the corner.
Yeah,
as he's serving people on the corner.
Yeah.
It's one thing to sign up for a job that I will defend. I will defend that. If you stay quiet and stay in your place when the community is uprising. But to then come out, oh, well, you niggas watch P-Valley, so you might as well watch me act as a drug dealing baby. No, nigga, shut the fuck up. I hope you don't get no more work. Because that shit that's loserish. It's one thing to take a check and know you wrong for taking a check, but hey, I gotta make some money. I gotta feed my family. I got that.
Sure.
Respect that every day. You're trying to defend the anti-blackness of it all. No. Fuck that. Eat a dick.
I'm actually not all that surprised considering how excited he was for the show before it came out. Like the first place I heard about it was because he was so excited in a tweet and put it out. So like I'm not even actually all that surprised.
Yeah, I'm not tapping into that coonery at all. I'm not even gonna bring it up on the television.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't seen the shit.
All right, 2 more. Second from last L I got is going out to Gerard Carmichael. You know, I knew there was a reason why I didn't like dude, but for a while, all I had to go off of was like, oh, he's just newly gay, and he's kind of being annoying about it. And you know, you
being pretty annoying.
You just didn't want to like talk about him too bad for that, but you know, let him do his thing. But then you start getting some of the background on some of the shit that we've been seeing. Like, obviously, his family didn't really want to be a part of this and had to be convinced to do it. The show that he has on HBO about him coming out. Some of those conversations that are happening on that show obviously did not want to be had by those family members in front of cameras. One specifically, a friend of his, a permanent friend, like a forever friend, like he got the biggest friend zone building for Gerard Carmichael ever. Also told him he didn't want to do this, right? Didn't want to have a certain conversation with him.
And then he shoved the camera in his face anyway.
Anyways, right? So we saw that. If you've already seen the clip online, we'll put it in the video. Yeah, it's a clip of Gerard talking to Tyler. He's like, "Yeah, you know, I expressed my feelings for you, and you just kind of blew it off." He's like, "I think what I said was," and then Gerard finishes his sentence was, "You called me a stupid bitch, and then you laughed at me." Tyler then begins to bust his gut wide open and laugh in that man's face, showing all 32. All 32, laughing dead in his face. This nigga Gerard Carmichael wanted to cry so hard it was a vein popping out of his forehead. That's how hard he was holding back tears. Damn. Now you would have thought that would have just been a candid moment, right? Like it just kind of happened, and now I'm trying to fight back tears in the moment. I don't really want to do. Would it make a lick of sense to know that nigga set that shit up to happen exactly like that? Like this conversation had already happened. Gerard Carmichael begged him to do it. Tyler said no, that he didn't want to do it. And then Gerard Carmichael's response to him was, well, let's just put it on TV. You can tell me no again on television. So not only would it look infinitely embarrassing, but then on top of that, you set it up to look like that? This is weird energy, yo.
Yep, I would have laughed in your face too.
It's weird energy. It's very weird energy.
Stupid bitch.
And then to bring it all home, The man is doctoring a new stand-up where he's telling jokes about racial play with his white boyfriend.
No.
So now we've got a complete Doja Cat circle.
No.
We got a complete Doja Cat circle.
No, don't do
We're
that.
we're setting ourselves up to be embarrassed to the umpteenth degree. We're doing race play. We're full on Doja Cat.
Who is telling
He's
him
going
these are
full
good
Doja Cat.
ideas? That's a terrible idea.
But Dave Chappelle is the one that can only tell trans jokes, and he's better than that. And it's beneath a comedian like him to talk about trans people. It's beneath him, but it's not beneath you to bring out the most intimate moments of yours, your friends, and your family's lives out for HBO consumption.
It's bad enough you've already made that content. Gerard, don't make this content. Nobody's asking for this. Nobody wants this. What is up with these niggas and making content that no one wants?
No
or is
one asked
asking
for
for?
this. No one wanted to see this. This is the worst representation on how to come out with your friends and family being apprehensive ever. Like, yeah, let me just basically bully my friends into being on TV so I can let them embarrass me. So I can pretty much cry on television.
No. Take the Frank Ocean approach. Barely mention it until you slide it into a song one time and then let it go after that.
Thelma from Good Times on the original show, she definitely came out.
There's Johnny.
Go blue. Go blue.
Johnny, you already missed all the talk about the spring game, so.
All right, my last L is going out to Mr. Damn. I was about to call him Mr. Caitlyn Jenner.
Yo.
Well, whatever. Yeah, Caitlyn Jenner is getting an L for me. So we all know that OJ Simpson passed this week. R.I.P. OJ.
Yeah.
We've oddly had to do this about, I feel like 3 times over the last couple of years. When people are passing and they have checkered past, there's a crowd of people who like to cheer on the death.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't care who we're talking about. It's never cool.
Nope.
Like it's a very morbid thing to cheer on someone's death, even if they were your enemy.
Yeah.
Especially if you didn't cause it. Think about the psychology behind that, wanting someone to die, but never you wouldn't bust a grape to do anything about it.
Facts.
But you would just wish upon their death.
You wouldn't even speak disrespectfully to that person's face.
Like, I can at least understand the calculus behind wanting someone dead and then acting upon it. But then just to passively wish upon their downfall from afar.
Once it happens.
Yes. Strange. So yeah, this is all tracking back to Caitlyn Jenner, who said good riddance to OJ via Twitter the day that he passed. Same day he passed. Very not classy, uncouth, low,
very
degenerate.
Very unmanly of you.
Very unmanly of you, Caitlyn. But the thing that I wanted to bring it all back to is to remind everyone that in 2015, Bruce Jenner got into a fatal car crash where he killed multiple people, never served a day in jail. Then he had sex reorientation surgery. He went through hormone therapy. He is now Caitlyn Jenner, and he was made Woman of the Year. Now that's being white in America.
White boy.
We see you, white boy. We know you wearing Dockers with no drawers over there, white boy.
Caitlyn Jenner was definitely doing that as Bruce, for sure.
Caitlyn and Bruce. Free balling all around. Free balling all around. You know, they didn't have gender reassignment. Bruce still got the hardware. Or excuse me, Caitlyn still has the hardware.
Yikes.
Because Caitlyn married a woman. He still has heterosexual sex.
But they are not in a relationship.
Who?
Chris and Caitlyn.
No, not Chris.
Oh.
Caitlyn has a new wife or a new partner, whatever.
Really?
Yeah, and they bump uglies the traditional way, heterosexually. Yeah, fam, don't even get me started on all of that with Caitlyn Jenner specifically. Not trans people, but Caitlyn Jenner in like specifically.
I am disgusted.
It's like, yeah, man, I was America's athlete, and then now I'm a woman, but like I am violently transphobic as well. Like Caitlyn Jenner might want to be one of the only people that I would actually say the word transphobic for. You know, I ain't never even heard me say that shit on goddamn. But that's how bad she is.
Yo, she has a whole different wife.
Yes,
or partner.
and still has the hardware.
Why did I ask again? That's crazy. Did not know.
Yeah, fam. But that's
Wasn't
it for
aware.
the Dubs and L's. Let us know what y'all thought about them in the comments below. If you're on a replay squad, do the same. Like, share, and subscribe, and come back next week.
Absolutely. And like every week, we let you know to join us on Wednesday at 10 o'clock. And make sure you check out our playlist full of other W's and L's moments from previous weeks. All right. Behind the cape.
Behind the cape.
2 steps
Ooh, a
back.
lot of movie
for the
stuff.
quarterback. Should have kept Honda Accord. He had low mileage. All right. Chat. It's time for the block button.
Oh no.
It's time to restrict these comments.
I didn't think that the QBs looked all that great either. But then again, like I was telling Josh earlier, if you're not going to actually play a spring game, it's hard to get a read on any of that thing. All of that stuff can be fool's gold. The depth, the running game, the secondary, all of that stuff can be fool's gold if you're not actually playing in an actual game simulation. I think just doing thud, like I get it. This is the first time on national TV. Fox is here. You don't want nobody to blow out a knee during the spring game.
Plus, we're a team that deals with injuries quite a bit for whatever reason.
Yeah, funky ass field y'all got.
That's a fact. That's a fact. They need to change
Hate
that,
that field.
They need to change that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, William Moloch. We are still in here for Behind the Cape. So we still.
Yeah. I do the outros for when we cut them out for the replay watchers. So.
Yeah. All right. Behind the Cape. Got a few things to discuss. I'm not going to start off with that. Let's start off with something interesting that you tweeted about or that you retweeted. Isaiah Bradley's role in Captain America 4, Brave New World. Supposedly, he is going to be playing the role of a terrorist shooting politicians at some point in this movie. Which, first of all, I thought he learned. I thought he kind of grew in Captain America.
Put a statue. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. All over what happened at the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
like they tried at least to reconcile what wasn't given to him in terms of recognition.
Sam had the speech, and it made him reflect. I thought he kind of learned a little bit.
Now I get it. It seems like bullshit putting a statue in a museum for me. 40, 50 some odd years later.
Yep.
Yeah, well, thanks. How about the paychecks that should have been earned? And what about all of the glitz and glamour, the Avengers, everything that Steve Rogers got?
Yeah, but mental leaps to then
you don't have to do what you did at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier if this is where we were going to end up.
Yeah.
Literally could have disappeared. Elijah Bradley could have been left behind alone. I don't know where my grandpa went, but he's been missing. Will you take me in? Will you train me, Sam? Perfect little underling right there, right? Like
sample.
We're not even trying to set this shit up anymore. It's like going as we go.
Disgruntled black man takes his anger out on America.
Disgruntled black veteran.
Ooh, yep.
Disgruntled black veteran attempts an assassination. Like, what are we doing, yo?
Crazy.
What are we doing?
Crazy.
Like, this is how they spaz out every time they get in control of a black property. I swear to God.
Like, who is
every time
for this stuff to happen?
Black Panther 2018 was a mistake. Them niggas did that shit by mistake. They took their hands off of it. They let all black people do it. And then they realized what they had and said, oh, I want to try, and fucked it all up.
I don't even know anybody who's excited about Sam Wilson being Captain America. Then you're adding this on top of that. Insane.
Yeah, I don't really like this plot point.
No,
and to have scrapped the previous villains for this, it feels wrong. Feels bad.
Johnny said that old man wouldn't be doing this at that point.
Yeah, you feel me? Like I get a super soldier, all of that. But if you were going to turn him heel, don't give him that reconciliation at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like, we are not in line here at all.
Yeah, but none of that means anything now.
It pisses me off to hear them talk about how everything has to stick to the comics and everything is, you don't really have any creative control. It literally feels like you guys are creating projects that are supposed to be connected, only you start over at each installment. It felt like in between WandaVision and Multiverse of Madness, we just started over.
Yeah.
It felt like in between Secret Invasion and the Marvels, we just started over.
Yep.
And in between Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Captain America 4, it will feel like we just started the whole clock over. Like nothing that we just watched on these TV shows even matters.
Agreed. All right. The Back of the Bus is the most anticipated movie for 2025. Has had some casting additions. The Michael B. Jordan
movie. Don't disrespect me. Like
Michael B. Jordan Coogler movie.
I'll put my name on that.
They've added the actress who plays Hunter B-15 from Loki. They've added the big dude from 8 Mile. I don't know his name at the top of my head. Actually,
something Washington.
No, I think I have their name.
Like Terrence Washington or something like that.
Her name is Wunmi Mosaku.
Mm-hmm.
His name is, or maybe I got it on this other one. Actually, I think it's Omar something. It's not Omar Gooding, but it's Omar Benson or something like that.
Sure. It's good enough for me.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Omar Benson Miller. Along with Jack O'Connell, Jamie Lawson, and obviously, like we said last week, Delroy Lindo. And I believe they have started filming in New Orleans.
Ain't no way. Really?
I believe the last information I got on this movie is that they've
already started filming it?
Yep.
Damn.
Oh, wait, here we are. Ryan Coogler's 1930s vampire thriller, according to Discussing Film, has begun filming.
Damn.
And I know they were filming in New Orleans.
That is fast. That movie's going to be made before Blade.
Oh, yeah.
That movie is going to be made before Blade.
It's going to come out before they start filming.
So is Delroy Lindo still in the Blade movie? I don't understand his.
I don't know.
This is literally going to be Minority Report in the paycheck. So the Marvel director, right, guy who's still under contract at Marvel, he's going to be the executive producer of Eyes of Wakanda, is making a movie that is not directly similar. It's not completely, one-to-one to Blade, but connected enough in theme that general fans are going to have a hard time of deciphering. And not just that, they've reproduced most of the cast for the movie too. Delroy Lindo, Mia Goth. Like, what the fuck? So we're not even going to position this to come out at a different time either? Because both of these things are filming right now. Blade had to pause because they had to rewrite the script and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But roughly both of these movies are going to come out at the same time. And it's a Marvel director that's doing it?
Yeah, bro. Most anticipated film over here.
I think I expect too much in terms of efficiency and organization.
Oh, yeah.
I think I expect too much.
Yeah.
I think I expect too much to expect that if any higher up at Disney heard that Ryan Coogler was making a vampire movie at Warner Brothers that was set to release the same time as Blade, that also casted Delroy Lindo and Mia Goth, I think that would give me cause to pause. I think that would make me call Ryan Coogler back and be like, hey, no, you do Eyes of Wakanda to get his ass off that fucking movie.
Sure.
But maybe that's just me.
Or just act with a little bit more urgency. Or
maybe
anything.
It's just me.
They're going to get this film out before y'all do. For sure.
No, absolutely they're going to get it out before.
So
I don't understand. I am so confused. And then at the end of the day, I can't really root for it because I don't like the premise. I don't like the idea that we're putting an all-black cast together to be in a vampire movie, and we still got a center white supremacy at the heart of it. Yeah. Because I guarantee you, if it's Ryan Coogler helming it, them vampires going to lose to them KKK members. Oh, you better believe it. Them KKK members is going to round up all the humans, and they going to slaughter them fucking vampires. They're going to slaughter them because they're black vampires fighting the KKK. And where we have never seen humans be able to dominate vampires, Ryan Coogler going to tell you to hold your fucking beer because they black. Trying to tell you.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yikes. Okay. So there's been a lot of discourse on Twitter about XMEN 97 and how everything is working out over there, which things are going pretty well. My question is, because of the hype around XMEN 97 now, and it being like one of the best things they've made in quite a while, what did Bo DeMaio do?
See, this is what makes me kind of cause for pause when everybody like, they didn't rehire her, Bo DeMaio. Fam, we still don't know what they fired him for.
What did he do?
The OnlyFans thing was a rumor.
Yeah.
That still hasn't been confirmed by either of the parties.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if they felt like they were talking big shit about X-Men 97 for a while, if they knew that they had this hit on their hands and fired him anyway, my guess is that the OnlyFans thing was probably the tip of the iceberg, probably just one thing, along with some other shit. I have no clue what it may be.
We don't know.
I'm not going to speculate as to what it may be. I'm not going to say or mention anything.
But
what I am saying, though, is that if they asked his ass,
it was for something.
And I'm not saying he did it, but if they asked him all together before the show even came out, they at least thought or were trying to avoid the appearance of what it is, whatever the fuck he was swept up into.
Sure.
And I'm just saying, for all of y'all calling for him to get rehired, still allegedly.
Pump your brakes.
We don't know what's going on.
Pump the brakes.
But we don't know what's going on. We have no clue.
Yeah.
We ain't got no clue.
Yeah.
Now, Disney doesn't have the best track record with hiring or firing black men.
Facts.
For that, I will give them, the requisite amount of scrutiny in this process.
Yeah.
However, Bo definitely didn't do a whole lot to get me to, jump on the bandwagon with this. So, Robert DaCosta shit and
Storm shit
and Bishop being MIA and all this other stuff. So, just in terms of protecting the black man from the white company, it just, it's a little less urgency.
William Moloch said he did a quiet on the set or something.
Like, I don't think, okay. So they do have those morality clauses in there, but would simply just having an OnlyFans account disqualify you from that? I don't know. It would depend on his contract.
Yeah.
Right. And then again, that is just based off of what we know, what we think we know.
Mm-hmm. Of rumors.
I want to know what the hell he was fired for, or what they're saying they fired him for.
Because he wrote a good season so far.
Yeah, it really did.
A decent season. I mean, like you said, besides the storm and some of the Robert DaCosta stuff.
What up, leader?
Everything else. Shout out, leader. Okay. We talked about Coogler and our favorite film. Isaiah Bradley's role, X-Men 97. Okay. Oh, no, I gotta talk about this first. So there was a movie that came out 3 weeks ago. That movie is already out of theaters. Marcus's favorite movie. It only did 2.4 million.
The magic niggas. The magic niggas.
2.4 milli with an M in the box office. And it's already being yanked out of the box office.
That's terrible.
Already being yanked out of the theaters.
Terrible. It's almost as if black people didn't want to see a movie dealing with fantasy that still had black people subservient to white supremacy.
Shocker.
Go figure.
Crazy.
And what's Hollywood's next craze in the terms of black films? A vampire movie where they gotta fight the KKK. That's sure to do great. It's sure to do great.
No, but to be fair, we could go see an alternate. We can go see a Captain America where Isaiah Bradley is shooting shit up.
Where a poor black veteran has come to his wit's end and turns assassin.
We've got options.
Jesus, anti-blackness just pour all over these people.
Yikes. Okay, since we're on the anti-blackness train, formerly famed actor, at least in black communities, Billy D. Williams has decided to open his mouth and say that actors should be able to wear blackface.
Yeah.
Because why the fuck not?
Somebody get their grandpa. Where is Billy D. Williams' grandkids at? Where are they at?
I don't know.
Why are y'all allowing this man to go on Bill Maher and say that horse shit? Jesus Christ.
Yikes.
Somebody grab his ass and put him in the home.
Oh, man. That's insane. All right, but I've got a lot of good news, and we'll talk about that once I get this camera. The new X-Men director, Chase Clooney, is a great replacement. He worked on Black Dynamite. Any thoughts on that?
I like Black Dynamite. Dynamite.
Magical Black People was a rom-com.
Well,
William Moloch said.
Oh, you seen it, William Moloch?
Give me a movie.
Give me a 1 through 10.
You gave them $8 of that 2.4 million. All right. So let's talk about the Heroes sequel series.
I'm actually excited
A
about
series
this.
that we haven't seen in quite some time.
In a minute. I haven't heard the name Heroes in a while.
Save the Cheerleader.
Yeah.
Yep. So apparently they're going to time jump from the previous series because
Of course.
obviously. But yeah, I'll be interested to see because the last cast was really good. So
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see what they do with this.
I want to see who they're bringing back. We're gonna bring back Young Sly. We're gonna bring back Hayden Panettiere. We're
For
gonna bring
sure.
back
Wait, what's Hayden Panettiere been doing lately?
making Scream movies.
Is that what she's been doing?
That's about it. Only thing I've seen her in.
Okay, so she can be in the show.
Mhm.
We got some people that can be in the show. The Asian guy,
Baby Sly.
Oh, his name was Sly in it. Yeah, we got some people that can be in it because a lot of those people, what are they doing now?
Not shit.
Sequel series. Warner Brothers is apparently developing the Yasuke film. That may be the one that Chadwick Boseman may have been working on.
I'm hype about this film. I'm very hype about this film, and I hope they offer it to Lakeith Stanfield, the voice of Yakase on Netflix. Get that joint. Yeah, definitely. I think this was the role. They kind of vaguely described the role in the aftermath of his death. I think it probably got shelved until they brought it back out, but it was about a black samurai. I'm guessing it was Yakase. But yeah, man, my choice right now would be for Lakeith Stanfield. That's my choice for Yakase.
I would like to do that. Him as a black samurai.
Yasuke.
I can see that. William Moloch said 2 out of 10 for the movie.
Oh, yikes.
Terrible. Leader says, can you gentlemen also talk about the BS trolling Hollywood is doing with the new Romeo and Juliet casting with old ass Tom Holland? So apparently Juliet's supposed to be a black girl.
Yeah.
A young black girl at that.
This was complicated for me because while I don't mess with the race bends, right? Race bending is usually, or it is, we're only talking about that when we're talking about canonical material, right? Stuff that has a very long history or timeline, right? Sticking to that and sticking to what's true to that, it's just what creates. It's what created the fandom in the first place. It's what the fandom expects when you you perpetuate the property, and when you kind of break from that, you start taking bits and pieces away from what makes the character. When we start talking about literary characters, though, such as Romeo and Juliet, I don't know that like I can be on the side of telling an actor like you can never play Juliet if you're not white. Like I don't feel right saying that. Yeah. I feel comfortable saying you can never play Jean Grey. I feel comfortable saying you can never play Emma Frost. Because once you start changing that about them, you start changing things about their characters that's particular to them. I could say you could never be Wanda Maximoff, right? Because once you make Wanda Maximoff black, you change things about her character. What do you change about Juliet by making her a black Capulet?
I was gonna say, it kind of actually makes sense considering their two families didn't want them together.
It is a complete modernization of the story. Right, but and not to say that Shakespeare was talking about racial issues and the whole dynamic.
Of course not.
That wasn't even a thing. White people hadn't created race yet. But why did I lose my damn point? Ulysses. We all were in high school. We had those standard Greek mythology readings before. You're telling me that as a black action hero, you would never want to play Ulysses? If we've all read that book, you know what I'm saying? I'm not taking this back to English class. But the saga that man has throughout his life is absolutely insane. Beowulf's a little bit, that's more of a Nordic type of legend.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be mad necessarily, I guess, if somebody wanted to play him. It's just there are certain characters that have been around for centuries, right? That haven't necessarily been tied to they don't necessarily have the cultural ties to today's society that they had centuries ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. Because I don't want to see no white man play Othello either. So it's tricky. I don't want to see a white man play Othello, but then are you telling me a black man can never play Hamlet? Like ever?
Yeah, bro.
You know, like damn. I don't like the idea that there's roles only reserved that I can never touch.
Mhm.
I guess I hate the idea of being pushed out of roles more than I like the idea of there being certain roles for certain people.
Sure. I think it's also that she is kind of young, and Tom Holland is also kind of getting a little older, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it had more to do with the fact that she's black.
Oh no, it
Let's
had
just keep it-
way more.
Let's
to
just
do
keep
with
it
that.
honest.
But I'm
Like,
just saying,
that's what it was.
I think that was also some of the argument, at least.
Oh, sure. I don't know, chat. What do y'all think about that? Should black actors be able to play literary characters that have only ever been played as white people? Never maybe specifically referenced either way, but like the general idea is that they are white people.
Mhm.
So like we can even take this back to like Cinderella or Snow White or Snow White obviously is going to be white. Sleeping Beauty or Rapunzel. Like so now black people are precluded from fairy tales as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, where do you draw the line in that? We can't be in the Three Little Pigs.
Well, one's a play.
You know what I'm saying?
One's like a Shakespearean play.
But where do you draw the line at that? They're both literature. They're both stories.
Sure.
And they're very, very old stories.
Mm-hmm.
One's not more of a fable than the other in that way. So where do you draw the line?
Black people shouldn't be in any kind of Shakespearean.
I think it's easier to call it out when it's in things that have established identities. Comic book characters, their backgrounds mean something to them. So it's easier to call that out, especially when the property's been reproduced over and over again and you have something to base it off of. I've never seen a picture of what Romeo and Juliet looked like when Shakespeare wrote them.
William Moloch said, if their race was never a part of the story, I think it's okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like the family of it all, that tribalism was there, but there was no racial tension. Unless you're trying to tell me that that's what he was writing the whole time when he was talking about the Capulets and the
Capulets and
the Montagues.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I think even adding the racial tension kind of makes
it fits. It does fit.
Yeah.
It absolutely fits.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm also not trying to serve up black actors to that fucking mob every time.
Yeah,
like that shit is weak. It's just lame.
Disney has argued that it has First Amendment rights to fire Gina Carano.
We're actually going to read this. We're going to read this article by Variety because I actually need to understand. I need to ascertain how they gave this response.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fam, California's an at-will state. We no longer wanted to employ Gina Carano. Goodbye.
Plus, how
or wherever they were. I'm sorry. Where were they filming at? Wherever they were filming at. What state they were filming in? Most states in the United States are at-will states, meaning that your employer can fire you for any reason that they deem fit. Period. Point blank. There's absolutely no reason to invoke the Bill of Rights when you're talking about firing this white woman. They're going to fuck around with this case, bro.
I just don't understand how you're using your First Amendment rights
to fire someone?
To infringe on
somebody else's First Amendment rights. That doesn't make sense
at all.
But let's listen to their argument, though. Let's bring up where are we at?
The Shakespeare play should be universal, but Othello should be black going forward, no matter what.
Yeah, see, like that's weird, right? But does that not feel weird? Like only a black man can play Othello, but Shakespeare's open. It feels weird, but at the same time, I definitely don't want white people playing Othello. Like that, you know.
Didn't mean to get you off track. You know your boy about to get up any second.
Who's up?
Rocky.
Yeah,
He's chilling for now.
We're almost done. He's out of the camera for now. Here we go. Disney argued Tuesday that they had a First Amendment right to fire Gina Carano, the actor who played Bounty Hunter in The Mandalorian, after she allegedly trivialized the Holocaust in an Instagram post. Carano sued in February, arguing the company unlawfully retaliated against her for expressing her personal political views. which were at odds with Disney's preferred ideology. Disney's lawyers filed a motion on Tuesday to throw out the lawsuit, arguing that it has a constitutional right not to associate its artistic expression with Carano's speech. By employing her? So what she says on her private social media page, her personal page, by allowing her to do that, that's associating it directly with your art. That's horseshit. That's horseshit. That is simply saying that all of your employees can't say anything. They cannot express their feelings outside of work, period.
And then at that point, you could probably stretch that out to encompass literally anything anybody does outside of your movies.
That is stupid.
Or your content.
The case touches on a hot button controversy over speech rights on social media. Elon Musk, the owner of X, formerly known as Twitter, it's still Twitter, announced last August that he would pay the legal bills of employees who had been fired from their post on the platform. He later agreed to fund Carano's lawsuit against Disney. Listen, man. I think this was the stupidest route to respond. I think this was the absolute dumbest way to respond.
It doesn't even completely make sense.
I'm sorry. You have a First Amendment right to do that? No, you are an employer in an at-will state. You have a state right to fire any employee for any reason. Now, I'm not saying that that's fair or right at all. Honestly, it's pretty horse shit.
Yeah.
It's anti-union, anti-worker.
Mm-hmm.
It's garbage. But that exists.
As a better argument than
than your First Amendment right to essentially censor someone else's First Amendment right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you started this big fucking hamster wheel of who gets the First Amendment right first and complicated this issue 10 ways to Sunday.
Yeah.
The only thing you have to say is that we're a Christian company and we do not believe in any anti-Jewish sentiment. Period. Point blank. Gina Carano's fucked. Your lawsuit's probably getting thrown out. But no, let's complicate this shit more by arguing that a company has First Amendment rights to fire an employee for something that they say outside of work on their personal social media.
Fucking stupid.
This is the dumbest shit ever. This is the How is this happening? How is this happening? Y'all might as well settle with her after. But she wants her employment back, so they can't do that. She wants to be rehired.
Yeah.
Should just pay her to go away if you was gonna get in court and say this stupid shit.
Yeah. None of that shit makes sense. Because that's not how your First Amendment rights
We
work.
have a First Amendment right not to be associated with her views. Fam, her saying something outside the confines of work does not constitute being associated with your art.
Unless people think that she is her character.
They're making Gina Carano a sympathetic character, and it's really fucking with me.
Yikes.
It's doing me dirty.
What's the deal with Thunderbolts and the Asterisk?
So apparently at CinemaCon, where a lot of this stuff was coming out, a lot of the movie information that we're getting here came out. When they talked about Thunderbolts, they showed Thunderbolts, the title card, and then up in the right-hand corner, there was an asterisk.
Okay.
They're saying that they won't be addressing that asterisk until after the release. So obviously that has something that plays heavily into the Thunderbolts. I'm thinking, you want me to give my honest opinion on probably what it is? I think a lot of people on that team are going to get wrecked. There's a lot of throwaway characters on here. There's a lot of characters that they didn't give a shit about for years, that they did nothing to keep our interest in, and now all of a sudden we're supposed to pay attention to them into a movie. The Thunderbolts are the Suicide Squad of Marvel. And so in that way, they're expendable. And so everybody outside of
Bucky,
maybe Bucky and Yelena, is completely expendable. Nobody cares about Ghost. Nobody cares about Red Guardian. Nobody cares. I don't even think they give a shit about John Walker. I think they probably all get wrecked on the Century, and then they have to reconstitute the team.
Mm-hmm.
And when they reconstitute the team, it'll probably be Dark Avengers at that point. They'll be Thunderbolts until they absolutely wreck the team by the end of the movie. Maybe Norman Osborn comes in, and now we got Dark Avengers. You know?
Nobody cares about Taskmaster.
No one gives a shit about Taskmaster.
Makes sense. We'll see. Did we already talk about Denzel and Gladiator?
No. Hell no.
Well, Denzel is going to be in Gladiator 2.
Fuck yeah.
This is a pleasant surprise for Homeboy.
I have been so ready for Ridley Scott to tell me how this movie was even going to come about. Like, y'all don't even understand. Y'all don't understand. Like, I planned out my family names partially in that movie. My second son's name is going to be Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius, like the one true king.
That's crazy.
Our next pet's name will be Maximus.
Wait, your next pet?
Well, I'm just being realistic about Rocky, but
okay, fair enough.
Yeah. But it will be Maximus. You know what I'm saying? I love Gladiator. Love Gladiator. But I didn't understand how the number 2 was going to come. Like, without making it some like bullshit supernatural shit where he comes back to life or something like that. Or, a prequel. No. This is like 20 years after Maximus falls. Apparently, whoever the main antagonist is uses Maximus as inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Denzel Washington is going to be the antagonist.
Crazy. I like it though. I like it.
This is at damn near 60 years old, or he's got to be 60 years old by now. Denzel,
he's 70.
If Mahershala at least 50, yeah, Denzel got to be pushing 70.
Actually, Denzel might be over 70. He might be like 72. No, 69.
69 years old. 69 years old. And this is the first time that I can ever remember Denzel Washington playing the villain. In which he may not even actually be the villain in this story, because you remember Rome is an empire. Give him the quote. Give him the quote.
No.
Give him the quote.
No.
Give him the quote.
No, because I'm upset that I just read another article.
Okay, well, don't read it.
Ice Spice will be making acting debut alongside Denzel in Spike Lee's High and Low.
Yeah, I think that's a misleading headline. I think she's probably in the movie. Headlining next to Denzel is insanity.
No, it just says she will make acting debut.
Alongside. Yeah, that's crazy. I would be surprised if they're in 2 scenes together. And
Ice Spice is Hollywood's next Jack Harlow.
I don't think she has a big role in the movie. I think it was just a point to get her name out there. Relax. Shout out to Spike Lee and Denzel.
That is disgusting.
It's not that big a deal. It's like Nicki Minaj in Barbershop 3. It's not that big a deal.
Okay, Nicki Minaj next to Cedric the Entertainer versus Ice Spice next to Denzel.
Here's the quote. Rome must fall. I need only give it a push. That's my Denzel Gladiator. You want to hear it again? Rome must fall. I need only give it a push. Now,
Rome must fall. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Okay.
No. Listen, okay, right, let's brainstorm about who this can be. My history buffs in the chat right now. Rome, a black antagonist in some way? Are we talking about Moors? Are we talking about Mansa Musa? Who are we talking about right now to take down the Roman Empire? What are we doing?
Rome must fall. Okay, all right. And if it doesn't, I'm putting cases on all you bitches.
I wonder who he's playing, man. Is he going to be Hannibal? Is he going to be Mansa Musa? Is he?
Mansa Musa would be
crazy, right? And it seems like whoever antagonist he's playing has got his sights dead set on Rome. So is he even the antagonist, though? Is he really the antagonist? Because Rome is the evil empire right now. They are the quintessential evil empire.
Does anybody have any news on his actual role? Washington's character in Gladiator 2 is inspired by Maximus, setting up an exciting storyline.
Oh, Denzel's character is inspired by Maximus. Interesting.
Introduces Denzel Washington as a former slave seeking revenge.
I'm still intrigued. Don't like that he's a former slave. Didn't love that. But maybe that's just a little part of his story. Let's just see. Let's just see. Maximus was a slave for a little bit. Maximus was a slave for a little bit.
We'll see. Isn't playing okay. Denzel Washington isn't playing Gladiator 2's main character, unlike most of his movies.
Now I'm confused. One article just said that he's the protagonist, basically.
It's all the same Screen Rant article.
But did they not just say that he's okay?
He's inspired,
but he's not the main character. So who the fuck is the main character?
Nope.
But and then I also heard that Russell Crowe's supposed to be in this movie as well. So how does this work? I'm so confused, Ridley Scott. Explain yourself.
I got nothing for you, man. I'm just reading Screen Rant. That's all. Oh, although Denzel Washington isn't playing the main character in Gladiator 2, with that honor going to Paul Mescal.
Who the fuck is Paul Mescal?
He's the main actor in the movie.
Okay, that didn't tell me who he is.
I'm trying to see if they... Lucius. His name's going to be Lucius. What? Lucius?
Lucian?
No, Lucius.
Lucius? The little boy? The kid?
Boy, yeah. So I guess
the one that
is going to be...
What was his name again?
Paul Mescal.
Mescal, M-E-S-K-O?
M-E-S.
Oh, C-A-L?
Yeah. Actually, I think Joseph Quinn is supposed to be the antagonist. Is he not?
Man, I don't know.
Okay. This guy, the guy who's also in Fantastic Four.
Oh, there's a teaser trailer out. I didn't see it.
I didn't see that.
What the fuck?
3 days ago.
The slave could take revenge against an emperor. Gladiator's legacy isn't forged in steel.
Oh, this is fucking bullshit. This is fan made. They got me, goddamn it. They got me.
Of course.
They got me, goddamn it. All right. Anyways, moving on.
The main actor is playing Lucius from the first film.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Ice Spice is the protagonist.
No.
That's what William Moloch said. Yeah. All right. Anyway, live action rated R adaptation of live action rated R film of Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin.
Yeah, I was really, really, really excited about this, actually. My son loves Ninja Turtles. Leonardo is my favorite Ninja Turtle. An R-rated Leonardo Ronin movie.
Interesting.
Until I see who was executive producing, whose movie this is. Does the name Walter Hamada sound familiar to anybody?
Yeah, he was with DC.
He was with DC. Spearheaded the whole Zack Snyder saga where his vision on Justice League got scrapped and we went with, Creepy Wheaton and his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then those movies bombed and then the Snyderverse got released and then everybody found out that Walter Hamada's a racist.
That's
because all that Ray Fisher shit.
Yep. Okay, I remember.
There was a brief moment in there where he was testifying in the Amber Heard trial, trying to make it seem like she was barely involved with the process, which come to find out she actually was.
This is a sick guy. I was gonna say Negro, but he's not.
Anyways, yeah, he's involved with the project, so that gives me a little bit of trepidation. I had planned on probably not involving anything that Walter Hamada was attached to, but
probably a good move.
I don't know, man. I like Ninja Turtles. We'll see how that goes. I know my son's probably going. Well, it's rated R, so he won't be able to see it anytime soon. Anyways,
yeah.
Maybe one for the wait for it to come on streaming services. Something like that.
Sure. Do you care anything about the Scary Movie reboot that's in the works?
Nope. Not unless the Waynes and Anna Faris need to be involved. And if y'all don't got them, I'm not watching it.
I would agree.
Regina Hall as well. Give me the Waynes, Regina Hall, Anna Faris. And if it doesn't involve them, then I don't want it.
I don't see why Anna Faris and Regina Hall. Well, you know what it probably was. They probably got tired of paying them ridiculous amounts of money.
Yeah. Oh no, those pay scales was going up.
Yeah,
Like Anna
that's what it
Harris
was.
at her peak was probably pulling in
And she had grown by that point.
maybe
into-
10, 15 million for those movies.
Yeah.
And each time they kept making more, they just level up. She probably got paid a couple thousand to do Scary Movie 1.
And Regina Hall is definitely making bread out here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you involve the Wayans.
First of all, they should give them their shit back. First of all,
Facts. Well, they got their own haunted house thing that they got going on.
no, they do, and I still fuck with it. I'm just saying that was an established IP,
Yes.
and the one people who established it for you was not who's making it. Is it Paramount? Who's it? Or is it Miramax? Who does Scary Movie?
Cube Vision.
Cube Vision.
That was a joke.
Why would you do that to me?
Cube Vision is Ice Cubes.
I hear it now.
Come on, Wikipedia. I don't know.
Whatever
There it
studio
is.
it was.
It was Dimension.
Gotcha. Yeah, give them.
I think they're under Miramax. Yep.
So it was Miramax.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Give them that shit back, bro. Give them that shit back. I don't even understand how that shit ended up with the studio and not the Waynes in the first place.
They probably did some Hollywood fuckery. Actually, I did see that the Weinstein Company took over Miramax.
Oh, well, things are coming into view now.
From 2005 until 2018, and that's somewhere in there is where the Scary
Things are
Movie stopped.
certainly coming into view now.
Yeah. Anyway, last thing I got here, child star, who I only know as a child star, but now he is a grown-ass man, so it's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby J. Thompson said that Tracy Morgan effectively tried to shit on his whole career.
It's crazy.
Thoughts?
So Bobby J. Thompson talks about a time that, he was really getting into his groove on the show and, really kind of standing out and making the most of his scenes. And Tracy Morgan yoked him up and pulled him aside, 7 years old, and basically told him, hey, whose name is on this show? Okay, stop showing me up, basically. Like, now, I have heard of stuff like this going on with adults, especially when you're the old seasoned veteran and you got the young, beautiful looking, 20-something behind you on your heels. You kind of bully them, right? To assert your dominance and to not give up your spot. Children, I will never understand shit like this.
Yeah.
For kids, like, you supposed to be an OG. He's supposed to look up to you. You supposed to be creating somebody who sings your praises for years to come as his career grows.
Like the Bernie Mac show.
That's a 48 laws of power kind of thing. Why you think so many people still hold Wayne up, even though he took off like a fucking 8-year gap where he couldn't rap anymore?
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? It's because along the way, he politicked. He kept up with same thing with LeBron, right? Mm-hmm. All these young boys now won't take LeBron's head off. You know why? Because he they OG. He's the one that created the Let's Be Friends club in the NBA.
Despite him slam dunking and then looking at John Moran.
But no one wants to kill him. No one wants to kill him.
That's facts.
He put Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan in a box for 8 seasons straight. Them niggas wouldn't even compete. The last season that he dogged them, they threw their hands up and said, I give the fuck up. That's LeBron James. What am I supposed to do to that? The nigga goes on 2 rounds later and gets swept.
Who did he get dunked on so long
Jason
ago?
Tatum.
No, not in the NBA. It was like some...
Oh, that kid where he went and stole the tape? Yeah, for sure.
That was the only case I remember.
It was hooping somewhere.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
I don't know why I think it's John Wall, because I know it's not John Wall.
No. It was...
I think it was that year. It was Jordan Crawford.
That's who it was. Yep.
Crazy. Anyway, I think that's it. That's everything.
I think that was a good week, fellas.
That was. I agree.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Such a good recording.
Very hype. I was so hype in the beginning. Now I'm tired. I'm sleepy.
That's crazy. You know to wake you up?
I expended a lot of energy.
Get up, bro. Get hype.
I appreciate everybody for tuning into the stream. Come back next week. You know, we do this every Sunday for Dubs and L's and Behind the Cape.
The Ricky
If
Thumb.
you're on the replay squad, like, share, subscribe, give us some comments, give us your Dubs and L's. All the engagement helps. We appreciate you all. Until next Sunday.
You hating on Ricky Thumb.
You don't
Anyway,
know what
shout
that
out to
means.
everybody. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Shout out to Rewind Squad. Is that what we're calling it now?
There's a lot of replay crews. There's a lot of replay.
Shout out to Replay
Whatever.
Squad.
Replay gang.
Anyway, shout out to all y'all. Shout out to the Ricky Thumb.
Okay.
We out here.
Niggas leaking their records when we speaking directly. Since we keeping it gangster, when you see me, you check me. Huh. Rose?
But that's it.